So if you're ready to reclaim your summer, head over to relieffactor.com or give them a call at 1-800-4RELIEF. Do it now and get their 3-week quick start for just $19.95. That's 1-800-4RELIEF.
Now we're talking. There's something so sweet about Fridays. Obviously, if you work, Monday through Friday. But even so, if you don't, Fridays are special. Here we go. It's only me, it's only the Kimmer with Pete Davis, sidekick, producer, and sports raconteur extraordinaire, and your mechanical mangler at the controls, Flounder. And it's Let Her Rip, Anything Goes on 106.3.
I don't care
if Monday sucks. Tuesday blows and
Wednesday.
Yeah, it's Let Her Rip Friday. And it's Labor Day weekend beginning right now. I could clean out most of the parking garage. Oh, by the way, I have a quandary about my arrival to the parking garage. What was the right thing to do? I'll talk about it. Also, we'll have Neil Boortz at 4 o'clock. We got tweets, we got a game, we got Flounder's Funnies, we got Holy Crap at Sports, and we got Saturday on the morrow. Yeah, doggies. All right, Pete Davis, I see you got the Midwest, the Western Plains of the Dakotas or something behind you, perhaps, or Wyoming, perhaps. What's going on out there in the mountains of Macon, sir?
That could be Nebraska for all.
Could be Nebraska. Yeah, I just see
a brown there.
A brown
Colorado or Oregon. There.
Well, that's good. Yeah, a lot of different things.
Yeah, I did just notice that. You see this right here?
I can't really quite tell. It's a red spot. What, are you bleeding? Looks like it got shot.
It's chocolate ice cream.
Chocolate? It looks like dried blood. Yeah, I'm sorry. I'll go right to what I was used to. Sorry. Sorry. Now you were saying?
Chocolate ice cream from last night.
Yeah, ice cream last night. And then?
Just realized it. I looked in the thing there and I said, oh, look.
So you're still wearing the same clothes for, what, for a couple of days? I mean, just, save on showers, I guess.
Why not?
Just scrape it off every couple of days? What the hell? Jeez, God.
I'll give myself a daily scrape.
Here comes the crust. Oh, my God. We're going to have like a segment of sanitation surprises. Anyway, so I have big plans for the long weekend. Are you driving and going anywhere? Are you guys up? What's big travel plans?
First weekend of college football. What do you think is going to be going on?
Oh, that's true. I totally forgot. And by the way, tomorrow at noon, I don't know anybody who's a fan of college football won't be glued to a set tomorrow on ABC. I guess it is in Texas and Ohio State's got to be.
It's Fox. Who's got the
maybe
game?
I don't even know. I assumed it was ABC,
Fox.
but it's Fox. That's great. That's a huge thing for Fox. Yeah. Normally, that's of course. As an old fart, it was only ABC. Yeah, doggy. Who's that? Kurt Taita. Who is the guy who's holy mackerel? Yeah, Makta. Who is that guy? McPain Hate Fumble. Keith Jackson. Did I say my Keith Jackson story? Oh, yeah, I'll tell it in a second. First of all, we didn't. So you have football plans for most of the thing.
Football.
Yeah,
football
and Flounder and Mrs. Flounder, lovely Veronica. What has she told you you'll be doing?
It's her high school reunion this weekend, so we're headed down to Valdosta.
Oh, my God. Okay.
Who does that on the first weekend of college football?
Well,
my wife.
Yeah. Well, now you're not a huge.
I enjoy watching SEC football, so I always enjoy watching Georgia. I'm not a diehard sports person like Pete, but I enjoy watching sports on the weekend.
Sure. Yeah, there you go. Now, okay. So here's the here's the deal. Your wife is about to go back to meet her old high school boyfriends.
No, she's not.
Oh, she's not?
No, he won't be
That's
there.
what she told you? Oh, she already said, by the way, if Billy, that I used to, love him and cherish forever when I was 17, won't be there, so you don't have to worry about that, honey. Oh, thanks for telling me, dear. I won't be thinking about that when we get on the dance floor. Oh, sorry. No, did you?
I'm like you, Kim. I can kind of move on from the past. I don't really think about those things. I just enjoy the present and the future and enjoy life.
Just like the Kimmer.
From then. No dwelling here.
No.
No dwell zone.
Well, actually, there's a reason. Tomorrow's a day. Anyway, for the record. Now, actually, just for the fun of it, did she say, now, in case we meet some old boy? I mean, is not a thing at all? No. I remember when my wife, Hoppo, went to we came from the same town growing up as teenagers, but she went to North High School, North Junior High, and North High School, and I went to South Junior High and South High School. So we never knew each other until we met when we were sophomores in college at the same school, because I got thrown out of the first college. Anyway, so I went to her high school reunion. Let me see, must have been the 20th. Let me see, 18, 28, 30. Yeah, no, it must have been her 10th high school reunion. Anyway, and so when I went to her high school reunion, it turns out that an awful lot of the kids, and boys and girls, that I went to South Junior High with went to North High School. So I saw all kinds of kids that I hadn't seen in 10 or 15 years, whatever it was. And it was really fun. I mean, it was really, it was a great time. It's only really one I've ever gone to, and it was really a lot of fun. So I hope you have a great time, because
it should be a fun weekend. So.
Yeah. Anyway, let's see. We have Neil Boortz at 4 o'clock. What I was just saying, I was going to tell you something, and then reminded me, and then I got distracted. Damn it! Just 2 minutes ago, I said I'll tell you after I've talked to both you guys. Oh crap! What were we just talking about?
High school reunion.
Yeah, high school.
Right
reunion.
before that, and I said
college football.
Golly. Oh, I hate
opening of the show Friday. I'm in love.
Oh Lord! It reminded me of something about. Oh crap! I'm such an idiot.
Oh, lost to history, I guess.
It was. We were talking about it right before. I was talking to Pete, and you reminded me something maybe about plans or what you're doing, or what the hell were you saying that reminded me? Oh God, I hate this. I hate this. Oh, I just freaking hate when I do this. And it was a thing we could talk about too, which really kills me. Anyway, let me ask you, now we're going to have newsy stuff. And by the way, it's Friday, and I'm sick and tired of it. We're going to talk about the mother disappeared, now she got a lawyer, and the kid, and the slaughters, and the Jewish thing, or the tranny thing, and the Democrats' reaction and stuff. And also, finally, an honor for Ashley Babbitt and the family, and the reaction by the Democrats to that is just freaking killing me. So we have all that newsy stuff, and you'll hear Greg Gutfeld, if you missed it, just setting the record straight about people who were bashing Christians for their reaction to that shooting business, all that kind of stuff. A couple of quick things. Yesterday, I posted a video of me going through my cupboard, and I said, in here is a tease to what's coming up on the show today. And then yesterday on the show, I never gave what the reason was that I gave the tease. The reason was, in fact, I got it right down here. The reason was I showed the stuff in my cupboard. As I recall, I was saying to you that one of my girlfriends, is responsible for all the spices and things I have in there. Well, the reason I showed the video was because I showed a bottle of Lee and Perrins, and it was on that day in 1837 that John Wheelie Lee and William Henry Perrins invented the Worcestershire sauce, otherwise known as wash your daughter sauce, a condiment they invented in 1837, a couple of chemists. And by the way, they tried to patent the word Worcestershire, and the court wouldn't let them do it because it was a county, Worcestershire County. Well, they couldn't patent that, but anyway, Lee and Perrins, that's why I put it in the thing. Now, let me ask you, I got a possible quandary here, and I feel all of a sudden I'm a little nervous about it. I parked today in the parking garage. It is a holiday weekend, so there were fewer cars than normal. And people were leaving. But anyway, just for the record. So I get up to the floor I'm parking on, one of the upper floors, and there's only one other car there, which is not terribly unusual, when I come in late morning, whatever. Whatever. So there's one other car there, and I get out of my car, lock my car, and I start walking to the elevator, which is not far, and the car that I see is probably 30 feet away, 5-6 spaces away, and it's a white, small, like 4-door SUV type, one of those popular things, and the lights are on, and the car's running, and I don't see anybody. So I'm thinking, I wonder if this is a little nooner, him and his girlfriend in the back of this little SUV. And I thought to myself, the car's running. And so, but I don't want to, I don't see anybody, but again, it has darkened windows, and I only saw the driver's seat. I was thinking, I didn't go toward it to investigate. One, should I have gone forward to investigate? Two, should I mind my own business? Three, what do you do in that circumstance? And then I thought to myself, too, I used to have a car. In fact, I don't have it on this one, but a few cars ago, I actually had one of those remote control starters. And when it's hot, like here in the summertime, I used to start it in advance, and it was all cool when I got to it. And so I thought, well, I mean, who knows? I mean, I didn't really think about it or worry about it until I walked here and sat down. And I thought, oh my God, I wonder if the guy's like having a heart attack and he slumped over in the passenger seat. You know what I mean? And I thought, oh God, what if I didn't do something to help somebody who was in trouble? Well, I mean, I'm seriously, I don't know whether I did something not or not. I would say I looked for a second and said, well, I'm sure, must be a reason. It's no big deal. There was also a possibility he could have walked somewhere up around the corner to do something. I didn't investigate. So my quandary is, should I have investigated? And I don't know.
Yeah, you could have walked up and at least just looked in.
Well, but if he's having sex with his girlfriend, somebody else
then you get to see having sex with their girlfriend. Honestly,
I did. Maybe smoking a joint. I mean, I don't know. As a guy,
did you ask for a hit?
No, I'm sure. I beg your pardon. I was sure.
It's a win-win. You save a life, you get high.
Yeah. Don't bogart my thing. Never mind. But anyway, it was a quandary. And by the way, I did save a guy once. I remember I told you when I was in college up north, and it was in wintertime. Oh, I'll tell you. Okay, now I'm going to write that down. College North wintertime.
Just go ahead and finish it. You can finish it.
All right. Well, it was when my freshman year of college. It was in wintertime. It was snowing and icy and rainy, and I'd visited my girlfriend Mimi at her dorm. And of course, nobody had a car because we were freshmen, not allowed to have cars. So I was at her dorm, and it was like 10 o'clock, 11 o'clock at night when I'm walking back to my dorm, and as I'm walking in the snow late at night, and it was snowing and icy and cold, and there's a car on the side of the road in the neighborhood and it was running, and there was a guy in the front seat kind of with his head down at his chest, and the car was running, and the windows were closed, and it was like 20 degrees and snowing. So I banged on the window. And he was either passed out or, about to die from carbon monoxide poison. I mean, whatever. He was out. He was, sleeping or whatever. And so I banged on the window and woke him up and said, "You need to roll down your window, buddy." And, he said, "Oh, yeah." And I took off. But again, I saw him. So I knew that this was a potentially horrible situation. So that was different. But this case with this car today was just the car was running and I didn't see anybody and I didn't go investigate. And I hope to hell everything's okay with whatever that was. Anyway, I don't know. What did I do anything wrong? I don't know. All right, sorry. 404-741-1230. I mean, I'm worried about it. I'm saying I'm just really worried about it. And
by the way, it was a Keith Jackson story.
Oh, God, Keith Jackson. There you go. Thank you. Anyway, there. So I feel better already. All right, I gotta go. You're killing me. Like a standby.
The Morning Extra from 6 to 10. Glenn Beck until noon. Clay and Buck from noon to 3. And The Kimmer Show on your ride home from 3 to 6. Plus Jesse Kelly from 6 to 9. And Jimmy Vela from 9 to midnight. The voices you need all day with the conservative voice of Atlanta. Extra 106.3 FM and the Extra app.
When you buy a Subaru from Subaru of Gwinnett, you're buying more than a vehicle. You're buying safety for your family and something that will last a long, long time. In other words, you're buying trust. For a limited time, you can celebrate amazing offers on the all-new Forester, Crosstrek, or Outback during the Subaru A Lot to Love event, now through September 2nd. And you'll love more than just your new Subaru. You'll love the dedicated staff at Subaru of Gwinnett. With some of the best service specials in the area and a team you know you can trust, you'll ride with peace of mind knowing that Subaru of Gwinnett has your back. During the Subaru A Lot to Love event, you'll find the Subaru model you've always dreamed about at a price that makes that dream come true. But you need to get in by September 2nd to take advantage. We'll make it easy. Just start with the test drive, and before you know it, you'll be in the Subaru you love. Start your shopping online at SubaruofGwinnett.com, then stop by on Satellite Boulevard in Duluth. SubaruofGwinnett.com.
Storms, heat, humidity, your home takes a beating down south. Southern Exteriors was built for this. Now they're offering 10% off any job or 12 months, 0% financing. Hey, it's Tug. I know the team at Southern Exteriors personally. They do things the right way. Roofing, siding, windows, gutters, anything to the exterior of your home, they do it all. Call Southern Exteriors today or visit them on the web. It's 877-9-SOUTHERN and southernexteriors.co.
Hey, it's a Kimmer. Okay, you're driving along. Suddenly you hear that horrible sound of metal and crunching. It's an accident. Even if it's a little minor fender bender, man, that could be a nightmare. First, obviously, take care of yourself. But before you make a deal with an insurance company or anybody else, call David Van Sant with Van Sant Law. You know why? Because he used to work for the insurance company, so he knows how to get the right settlement and right away. Van Sant Law. Don't forget, if you don't get paid, they don't get paid. Protecting your interests. Insurance is great, but it's complicated. 855-GA-INJURY or vansantlaw.com. Hey, it's a Kimmer talking about Stovall.
Yeah, I just wanted to brag on Stovall. I went up there and actually got a quote on some of their material up there, and he gave me the quotes I wanted, but he said what would work best, they don't carry, and referred me to one of their competitors. That's how good they are. And sure enough, he was right. The material he was talking about that they don't carry, it's actually going to work best for me. So I've got that on the way. It all worked out well. Makes me want to go back and buy something from them now.
Folks, when it comes to landscaping supplies, start at Stovall. 11 locations around Atlanta. Online at StovallInc.com.
Living with everyday pain is like having a voice that always says, no, you can't do that. No, you better sit this one out. It's no way to live. So if pain is affecting you, see how Relief Factor can help get you back to life on your terms. One where you say yes a lot more. Relief Factor is a daily supplement that fights pain naturally. Developed by doctors, Relief Factor's unique formula of natural ingredients does not just mask pain, it helps reduce or eliminate it for good. Whether it's your back, neck, joints, or muscles, Relief Factor can help you, as it has for so many others. So call 1-800-4-RELIEF and give Relief Factor's 3-week quick start a try. It's only $19.95, less than $1 a day to get your life back. Just go to ReliefFactor.com or call 1-800-4-RELIEF. That's 1-800-4-RELIEF. And see how you can say yes to more of everything you want.
Bum, bum, bum. Let her rip Friday. Anything goes. Kimmer, Pete, and Flounder. Labor Day weekend beginning here. A little Beatles action. In fact, I got 2 Beatles notes here for you. But first, on this day, in 2006, this song, Sgt. Pepper's Lonely Hearts Club Band, voted the best #1 album of all time by the British public on this day in 2006. Released in 1967, it topped the poll to commemorate the 50th anniversary of the UK album chart. The Beatles got a total of 4 albums in the top 10, with Revolver at 6, Abbey Road at number 8, The Beatles' The White Album at number 10. And also on this day, hold on a second, I got to use my phone action here. Also, same day, 1966, the Beatles gave their last concert, held at San Francisco's Candlestick Park with a capacity of 42,500, but they only sold 25,000 tickets for like $4.50. Between the Beatles' take of $90,000, the city of San Francisco got 15% of paid commissions and other expenses. The concert was a total loss for the Beatles' promoters in 1966 in San Francisco. The last public performance of the Beatles would be an unannounced live appearance in January 1969, of course, on the rooftop of the Apple Building. And then the cops had to chase everybody away and everything. Anyway, so that's a scoop on the old Beatles. Okay, now, oops, I got a little, I got to go back to my my history thing, because I got a weird history thing for you. Oh, in fact, we'll see. We lost Pete for a second. We're rebooting because the mountains of Macon are doing some kind of goofball up there, so we'll get to it. Our birthday list includes Rebecca De Mornay. Rebecca De Mornay is 66. The call girl Tom Cruise hooks up with in Risky Business. The psychotic nanny from The Hand That Rocks the Cradle. She was in Runaway Train, Backdraft, all kinds of stuff. Rebecca De Mornay, 66. Her father was a nutball TV talk host named Wally George. He was such a goofball that she was so embarrassed by her own father, she changed her last name so nobody would ever know. Sorry, Rebecca, we just told the story again. And on this day in history, let's see. Well, I was going to do one. I'm going to wait till we get Pete back because I want to see if he knows about this story of a guy named Ishi. A guy named Ishi. So I'll get to that in a second. First of all, let me do this. On this day in 1896, according to food lore, chop suey is invented by the chef of Chinese ambassador Li Hongchang. While visiting New York City, he wanted to serve a meal that would appeal to both American and Chinese tastes. Although this is one more common tales of how the dish came to be, some culinary historians may dispute it, but they say it was the chef of the Chinese ambassador in 1896. And I remember chop suey. Flounder, you're kind of a cooking guy, and Veronica's a cooking girl.
Veronica's the cook. I just eat.
Now, chop suey is ground beef and tomatoes and noodles and peppers and stuff like that, right?
I believe so.
Isn't that it? I think that's chop suey. Anyway,
do you enjoy chop suey yourself?
Yeah, I enjoy it. Yeah, I remember liking it. I haven't had it in front. My mother used to make it. I think it's an older dish. I don't know if people still make it or get it. I guess they probably do. But we used to have it as a family every once in a while. God, my mother was such a great cook. Holy, and baker. Oh, every day. Fresh bread, donuts. Anyway, Kimmer, Pete, and Flounder, how's it going? 404-741-1230, 741-1230. Again, if you're just joining, I'm really nervous about what I should have done, if anything, about that car that was running with the lights on in the parking lot. I didn't see anybody. And I waited for a second to see if anything was going on, and I left. And there will be other people in there because it's a parking lot. So, again. But,
there's security that goes through there every hour. Yeah. So, if they see something suspicious, they would do something or let the appropriate folks know.
Anyway. So, but that was, I didn't know what to type. And I thought about it, especially after the thing in college. But again, I saw that guy. So that was weird. Let's see. Oh, as soon as you get Pete back, I want to talk about the texting between Wayne No Offense and Nathan the Cop, formerly Nathan the Fuzz, concerning a couple of old memories. And in fact, did you find that old bit of mine from years ago?
Yes, I did.
Well, coming up is one of the Flounders Funnies. We'll
play that this hour.
Okay, coming up at the end of this hour, after yesterday's Flounders Funny of Larry David and his famous bit where he's trying to get, not Alexa, what's the other one, Siri, to give him the directions or something or other for a restaurant he's looking for. And it reminded me of a bit that I did with a girl named Leslie Sharp, probably 30 years ago almost. And when we used to do stuff like that and edit stuff like that. And so we found it, and we're going to play that for you a bit later on here, so just for the record. Anyway, 404-741-1230, 741-1230. Flounder, I ever did those. I made peanut butter chocolate chip cookies.
I've had one, and it was delicious. Well, obviously, it's not as soft as your normal ones, but it was still really good and fresh.
I'm just not a crispy cookie fan normally, and so these I make to be real kind of moist and chewy. But again, so there was a thought that counts, but I didn't. Anyway, let's see. Jeez, oh jeez. All right, here. I'm right off the top here. This really made me feel better until I started reading the reaction by people who really, truly hate America. Finally, the United States Air Force has reversed its Biden-era complete dishonor and is giving full military honors, as they should have from the beginning, to Ashley Babbitt, the only person killed during the January 6th mostly peaceful riot and non-insurrection. Murdered by a rogue police officer who was then cherished and saluted by the Democrats for murdering an unarmed woman coming through the entranceway with a bunch of other people all around her, and got shot in the neck and killed. And the rogue police officer was lauded and saluted and given honors and awards, and he's a terrific guy for what he did, thanks to Nancy Pelosi. Well, the Air Force under Biden, the family, I mean, she was in the Air Force, and the family wanted her, with military honors, as they should have, because she's a freaking veteran. And Joe Biden's administration said no. No, we're not going to give her any military honors. We have nothing to do with her. It's like she never freaking existed. And again, it wasn't even Biden. Joe Biden is not a happy, sweet, wonderful old man, and you feel sorry for him. He's a scumbag. And his administration was run by scumbags who deliberately tried to deny military honors to an Air Force veteran who was murdered by a rogue cop. Simple as that. The family made a request. The administration made a request and denied a request in February 2021 after Babbitt was killed, and a wrongful death settlement by the family sued the government, as they should have, and the government had to pay the Babbitt family $5 million. It should have been $155 million. Her husband, Aaron, the family, I mean, this is freaking outrageous. And again, they honored that rogue, murderous cop, scumbag. May Ashley Babbitt now rest in peace, and her family gain some measure of solace from the wonderful person she was and the light of truth she brought to each of us. And guess what? That slimy dirtbag Adam Kinzinger, supposedly Republican from Illinois congressman, part of that, the hate group on the January 6th Congressional Committee that kept all the real Republicans off and made sure it was just a one-way railroad job. Yeah, Adam Kinzinger from Illinois said Ashley Babbitt dishonored her service by committing insurrection against her country. And the Air Force giving her honors is itself a dishonor. You lousy, stinking scumbag traitor. Her service was a dishonor there was no insurrection. These are the same people who claimed that Donald Trump was an insurrectionist and tried to keep him off the freaking ballot. God, I hate these people. I mean, that's disgraceful. Anyway, sorry. I don't want to do all downer stuff here on Friday afternoon. No luck on Pete yet?
He's still connecting, but we should have him by the next segment.
Now, what about that Starlink guy? Elon in on this at all? Didn't he get like a Starlink?
There might be a sun patch of some sort. So.
Oh my! Oh well.
Who knows?
Well, who knows?
Well, if he's not back by the next segment, we'll play that. We'll play the bank.
We'll be all right. It's 3:29. It's okay. And by the way, one more. We're going to take a break here in a second and get things organized. But one more thing in national political stuff, and this was the right thing to happen too. Again, the lousy, dirty, slimy, skimy Biden. God, can you imagine the administration saying, "Oh no, don't she was an Air Force veteran and she was shot by a rogue cop, unarmed protester." If that had been an unarmed Democrat protester for a George Floyd case, and she had come through a window unarmed with other people around her, and a Republican cop had shot her in the neck and killed her, and she was a Democrat supporting George Floyd, what do you think would have happened in this country if that had been a Democrat? They'd have burned this place to the ground. Slime bags. Anyway, sorry. Really, seriously, this really freaking galls the crap out of me. The nerve of these people. And that was Joe Biden. And once again, Joe Biden left an extra year on Kamala's side piece, the former vice president, getting Secret Service protection. It wasn't supposed to last more than 6 months. And Biden's administration, again, who signs all these auto pen things? Who was the decision in the administration signing an auto pen to make these decisions? To give Kamala Sidepiece an extra year of Secret Service free protection while she's running against Donald Trump and calling him names and screaming and yelling about Republicans. And so Donald Trump said, she's not supposed to get it anymore. It's off next month. Unbelievable. Anyway, all right, 3:30. So how's it going? Everything all right now with you? Kimmer, Pete, and Flounder, and it's 106.3. Let It Rip Friday. Kind of a happy day, a sunny, beautiful day. And coming up, more love stories and happiness your way. Vacation time. What are your plans? Yeah, look out, 3:30. Here we go. Stand by. Jesus, God.
Pete's back.
Stream Atlanta's only conservative voice anywhere you go with the Extra 106.3 app. Now equipped with Apple CarPlay. That means you'll always have Extra's crystal clear HD stream right on your dashboard no matter where you are. Download the all-new Extra 106.3 app now and start streaming.
Here today with Evan Ward from Atlas Retirement. And Evan, I know you've been quite busy in the office these days. So let's talk about some of the things folks are calling you most about here lately.
Well, Kevin, the biggest thing people are really talking about right now is retirement. And I look at retirement as a journey, not a destination. The goal of almost everybody out there is to grow and preserve a tax-efficient portfolio so they can actually enjoy their retirement. And that's why I partnered with Market Guard. I get a lot of the same questions. Evan, when do I sell? When do I hold? And if I sold, when do I get back into the market? In my opinion, that's market timing. And in my experience, market timing, it can be quite confusing. And we have to look at it and allow the math to do the work.
Everybody has a different appetite for risk. So where does Market Guard fit in?
Well, if you want asset preservation and you don't want it to go down due to market volatility, we have portfolios that are designed for this. But if you want to participate in those larger markets, Market Guard can also offer more stock and aggressive portfolios for those that are looking for that kind of strategy. And here's what I propose for our listeners today. For the next 10 callers, we're going to do a Market Guard portfolio comparison, side by side with what you're currently doing, and we'll show you how your 401k and other investments are doing. And we'll make recommendations, and then you can see the difference between Market Guard and what it can do for your portfolio. After that, you decide if you want us to do a complete retirement plan. So give us a call today. That's 678-736-7799 and ask for your complimentary Market Guard portfolio comparison.
Again, call Evan Ward with Atlas Retirement. That number, folks, 678-736-7799. And you can pick up your complimentary Market Guard portfolio comparison. That's 678-736-7799. Investment advisory products and services made available through Impact Partnership Wealth, LLC, IPW, a registered investment advisor.
Kimmer here. You know, there's a lot of companies out there talking about windows and siding. Well, let me narrow the list for you. Peach State Windows. I first worked with Jeff, the owner, and his wife 25 years ago. Family business, top-grade, energy-efficient windows, custom fit perfectly, deals on siding. Oh, my, like I had Hardy Plank to be just right for your home. Peach State Windows, but so much more. Roof issues? No problem. How about entry doors? Yep, their pros make those just right, too. Financing. No money down, 770-485-8011 or peachstatewindows.com.
Good morning, Mike. What you eating?
You gotta try this.
I can hear you crunching from the next cube over.
This is amazing. I just discovered it this weekend at Lidl. It's Greek Goddess Gourmet Granola. They were sampling it, so I tried it. Then I bought 6 bags.
Wow. Is it cereal?
Can be. Or an amazing trail mix. It's great for a meal or a snack.
What's in it?
Well, they have 2 flavors, maple oat and harvest nut, which is my favorite. It's made with whole grain oats, almonds, pecans, raisins, coconut, and the sweet taste of pure maple syrup. Maple oat is a simpler take on their delicious granola. It's got wholesome oats, plump raisins, coconut, and maple syrup.
That sounds healthy and delicious.
That's why I can't stop crunching, Susan.
Greek Goddess Gourmet Granola. It's a breakfast or on-the-go snack you can feel good about. It's dairy-free and gluten-free, and with only 2 grams of added sugar per serving, even your belly will love it. Pick some up at Lidl, Amazon, GreekGoddessGourmet.com, or at specialty stores near you.
Hey, it's Lowe's here to tell you about a new, stress-free, and completely transparent way to purchase your next pre-owned car, truck, or SUV. It's with Tom Mitchell, the honest car guy. Tom, traditionally, I've been a payment buyer. How do you work with that type of buyer?
I have people that come in all the time and they want to spend $20,000. Okay, if their payments are $400 on $20,000, they don't realize without the doc fees, without all this other stuff, we can put them in a 22 or 23 model car and we can spend a little bit more money and have the same payment. So if you're a payment buyer, don't come in here just saying, I want to spend $20,000, because we can sit there and help you and we can put you in a newer car with lesser miles at a payment you need.
Friends, if you're in the market for a pre-owned car, truck, or SUV, get an honest car buy from the honest car guy. You pay what we pay, plus an honest fee, and we back that up by giving you the bill of sale. That's our transparency guarantee. Call 844-SHOW-ME-1. That's 844-SHOW-ME-1, or visit honestcarguy.com.
I don't serve for the recognition. I serve the flag. The red, white, and blue, that means everything to me. And when I fly it, I know it stands for something real. My name is Megan Terry, and I serve in the U.S. Army, which is why I choose Collins flags. Because every Collins American and military flag is made here in the USA, stitched with pride and built to last. And they support veterans like me because they know what these flags really mean. So if you love our service members and our country like I do, fly a flag that honors them and supports American jobs. Visit collinsflags.com today. American made, proudly waved.
Extra 106.3 personalities aren't afraid to tell it like it is.
Without Donald Trump, nothing that's going on would be happening right now. Donald Trump is changing the world.
And you'll never hear us spew that violent rhetoric from the left. So don't be afraid to tell it like it is, because we're happy to have you as part of the Extra community.
I particularly like Donald Trump's actions in getting illegal aliens the hell out of this country.
Extra 106.3 and the Extra app.
Yeah, little Blueberry Hill guy here or something. Fats Domino. Bum bum. Bump bump. It was on this day in 2005. Fats was 77, and he had to be rescued from the flooding in New Orleans by Hurricane Katrina. He had earlier told his agent he was going to stay there, despite the order to get out. And he said, I'm not leaving, and they had to go rescue him, because otherwise he'd be dead. And Ray Nagin, the mayor, I can't remember. Anyway, what's the fact? Okay, let's see. Kira Pete and Flounder, our birthday list includes Jennifer Landon. Jennifer Landon is the daughter of the late Michael Landon, who played Little Joe Cartwright on Bonanza. And Jennifer Landon's 42, and she was that giddy-up-go cowgirl, cowpuncher, rodeo rider on Yellowstone. She talked like this, and then she had to come what the hell did she say? She's over there in a cow punch phone. We had to call Tug in the morning show. What the hell she was trying to say, for God's sakes. Damn thing every side. That dog gone. That dog gone. That long gone. I said, gee, what is he saying? Jennifer Landon. And she's a great actress and hot, and she was tough. And I mean, she had played a great role. A tough cowgirl riding horse chick. I mean, there's nothing better. Horse girls are special. I'm sorry. We got Pete Davis back, as you can tell. Neil Boortz at 4 o'clock. And Pete, I was waiting to do this history thing because I'll bet you know the name Ishi. Do you know the name Ishi from history? I didn't know the name either. I thought, because you're kind of a history guy. And Flounder, I bet you don't name history. No. You name Ishi. Okay, here we go. This is kind of interesting, I thought. On this day in 1911, a 50-year-old man named Ishi, the last survivor of the Yahi Indian tribe, wanders into Oroville, California. He was the last wild Indian. The name Ishi was given to him because, according to Yahi tradition, he was not allowed to say his name until he was formally introduced by another Yahi tribe member. When asked his name after wandering into Oroville, California, he responded, I have none, because there were no people to name me, meaning there was no other Yahi to speak his name on his behalf. Ishi means man in their language. This was 1911. In 1865, Ishi and his tribe were attacked in 3 massacres. 40 of their tribesmen were killed. Cattlemen then killed half the 33 survivors who had escaped. The last survivors, including Ishi and his family, went into hiding for the next 44 years. From the time of the Civil War, their tribe was believed to be completely extinct. In 1908, a group of surveyors came across the camp inhabited by Ishi, his uncle, his younger sister, and his mother. The former 3 fled while his mother was too sick to flee, hid herself in blankets. The surveyors ransacked their camp, and Ishi's mother died soon after his return. His uncle and sister never returned. Ishi wandered in the wilderness for 3 more years until he was captured foraging for food. Ishi was able to teach researchers much about the culture and language of the Yahi people and was known as the last wild Indian. Wow. I mean, wow. 40 years, they've 340. Kevin Pete and Flounder, how's it going? 404-741-1230, 741-1230.
I believe there are a couple topics you wanted to get to now that Pete was back.
Oh, well, that was one of them.
Damn it!
Yeah.
This close to a clean getaway.
Well, we don't have. I mean, it was just kind of a Keith Jackson story, and it was back speaking in New Orleans, and I've already memories. I already talked about my girlfriend Mimi from college, and now we're going back to New Orleans. Back when then I left Atlanta, went to New Orleans for a couple of years. I was hired to be the news director at the News Talk radio station in New Orleans. I was also the morning anchorman, and I ran the programming. I was the operations director, so I did all this stuff. And my job, I used to get there at 4 a.m. and then do the morning show until from 6 to 9, and then I'd work as a news director until 6. So I worked 4 to 6 and doing all this stuff. And one day I was out doing something in the news car, and it was noonish, and the New Orleans Saints had invited, they were having their giant thank you banquet for their sponsors. Okay, this is the National Football League team, the Saints, at a big banquet hall in New Orleans. Hundreds of people there to salute their sponsors or whatever it was, a big thing. And the guest speaker guy was Keith Jackson. And Keith Jackson was telling this story, and I'm going to clean this up, and it's a little, even cleaning it up, it's a little crude. So I'm just giving you a little warning here. Again, I'm driving along in my news car down Canal Street or something, heading toward the radio station and listening to what I decided would be good live coverage of the banquet, because we carried the Saints. Okay, so my radio station's covering the live banquet. Keith Jackson, ladies and gentlemen, it reminds me of my old friend Bill of the story of the three guys who were starting a brand new company. And the first guy said, okay, I'll be president. And the second guy said, I'll be CEO. And they said, what about the third guy? And the third guy was somebody they didn't like. So this is Keith Jackson telling the story. And he said, well, the third guy they didn't like, so he said, we'll make you president of sex and music. And the guy said, president of sex and music? Wait, what the heck does that mean? I'm cleaning this up now. And Jackson said, well, that means if we want your blanking advice, we'll whistle. Only he used the real word. Sex and music, if you want your blanking advice, we'll whistle. And I'm laughing my ass off in the news car driving down Canal Street until I realized, oh my God, I just heard that on my radio station. Live. There was no editing. Nobody done. It was no dumb. It was, oh my God, it was live at a banquet at the Ritz car, whatever it was. Oh my God. And nothing nothing, and nobody said anything. And I let it go, man. If nobody came to me, I pretended I never heard it. And it was Keith Jackson. But how the hell would Keith Jackson have the nerve to say that word? This is 1975, maybe? How would you say that out loud at a banquet? I guess drink. I don't know. I mean, I couldn't believe it. That's why I was laughing like hell.
He's at a banquet in New Orleans.
I know. But again, we say, but it was, there was some. Well, anyway, whatever.
Please,
I couldn't believe it.
I know exactly why you
couldn't believe it. 344.
The hurricane at Pat O'Brien's.
Apparently.
2 or 3.
Oh my God! I mean, holy smoke-a-rooties. Let's see. I don't feel like talking about there's actually now we did a thing yesterday where Pete set me up with was it Grok 1 or Grok whatever Grok. And so I'm kind of now all of a sudden I got a Grok thing on my phone, which is kind of bizarre. And today we actually have a story about a murder and murder-suicide, basically, because of ChatGPT. And AI drove the guy to do it. The same day, we also have a story about families suing because their son committed suicide because of AI helping him do it. And now the people in charge of AI are saying, well, if you use it a lot, we really don't have a lot of safeguards. Sorry. Golly. Whoopsie. Seriously, this is unbelievable. This guy, the story, and again, I don't want to do a downer series, but just for the record, he was kind of mentally unstable. In fact, I saw his picture. His name is Stein Eric Solberg, 56 years old. He was a complete muscle-bound bodybuilder, probably raging steroid problems, everything else, but he's mentally unstable, and he lived with his mother, who was in her 80s, and he killed her, and he killed himself. And he claimed apparently he was talking to his buddy AI Chat GPT, and he named him Bobby. And Bobby said, Eric, you're not crazy, when Bobby said his mother and her friend tried to poison him by putting psychedelic drugs in his car's air vents. And it was done by your mother and her friend. That elevates the complexity and betrayal, said the bot named Bobby. And so Adams got angry, shut him off of the printer. He got in a fight with his mother and killed her, and then killed himself. And another story is this 16-year-old did it, and the parents are suing. And I don't want to talk about the case because that's horrible. But here's the deal: the company is looking at lawsuits and saying, well, these damn safety guardrails, they become a little less effective the longer you use talking to the bot. Really, I'll be darned. Yeah. While these safeguards work best in common short exchanges, said the company, we've learned over time that they can sometimes, become less reliable in long interactions where parts of the model's safety training may degrade. Safeguards fall short during longer conversations. Unquote. Thank you so much. How about some reaction? That's like an automaker saying, hey, we can't guarantee our seatbelts and brakes are going to work if you drive more than a couple of miles. I mean, my God, man. Seriously, this is AI. We're in it. This is it. People are dying.
How long did you talk to Grok last night?
I did. I was going to, and I'm scared. I was afraid I'll probably lock onto something and never get out of it. I was although
we never hear from Kimmer again.
Yeah, I could be gone. I can finally do what I've been threatening to do for a long time. The question is how many I've taken with me. All right, 347. Kimmer, Pete, and Flounder. Neil Boortz at 4. It's your show, too. Get on board if you want to. I don't know, whatever you feel like. It's vacation time. Celebrate, baby.
If you love listening to Extra all week, make sure you're here this weekend for even more great local shows from across the community. The All Four Seasons Home Show, Ben Burnett, Janelle King, Back Your Blue, and so many more. Listen to them this weekend or anytime on the all-new Extra 106.3 app.
Looking for the perfect car, truck, or SUV? Jim Ellis Buick GMC has you covered. With a huge selection of new and used vehicles, finding the right fit is easy.
Whether it's a Buick Enclave or Envision, a GMC Acadia or Yukon, or the power of the Sierra and Canyon trucks, and the best part, you're never alone in the process.
Their expert sales team helps match you with the right vehicle, while their finance specialists make buying simple and stress-free.
With decades of experience, Jim Ellis Buick GMC understands the importance of offering an expansive inventory that fits every driving performance, style, and budget need. Plus, every new Buick and GMC comes with cutting-edge technology, premium comfort, and advanced safety features so you can drive with confidence.
Already a Buick or GMC owner? Well, keep it running like new with their state-of-the-art service center staffed by factory-trained technicians who know your vehicle inside and out. Start your search at JimEllisBuickGMC.com or shop in person in Chamblee off Peachtree Boulevard, inside the Perimeter, or in Beaufort off Highway 20 near 985. Jim Ellis, Buick GMC, we are professional grade.
Hey, it's Front Office Lowe's for Howard Brothers and Exmark. The sun's blazing, the grass keeps growing, and Exmark's ready to handle it all. August lawns don't take a break, but with an Exmark zero-turn mower, you'll power through the heat and be back in the shade in no time. Built tough and engineered for precision, Exmark delivers a faster, cleaner cut every time. So don't just mow. Mow like a pro this cutting season with Exmark. Visit Howard Brothers today, and don't wait. Their expert team is ready to help you find the perfect mower. The grass is always greener when you take care of it with Exmark and Howard Brothers.
Are you looking for something simple but delicious, sweet but also savory? Discover Schumann Farms Sweet Onions. Schumann Farms is a third-generation family farm with the Real Sweet brand sweet onions. Whether you're grilling, sautéing, or simply adding a fresh crunch to your salad, Schumann Farms has you covered. Look for Schumann Farms Real Sweet brand sweet onions at your grocery store and taste the difference for yourself. Schumann Farms, the Georgia family farm growing tradition and the world's sweetest onions.
Hey, this is John Flading. I'm the president and owner of ATL Turf Co. We are a family-owned, operated, independent local company. We have over 15 years of artificial grass design, installation, and sales experience. From premium artificial lawns and backyards, custom putting greens, sports fields, hardscape, drainage, we do both residential and commercial. If you can dream it, we can build it. Just go to atlturfco.com to schedule an appointment.
We're smart, we care. We're Central Heating and Air.
Now, I know there are plenty of HVAC companies out there, but let me tell you why Central Heating and Air Conditioning stands out from the rest. These days, it's hard to tell who's on first. Everybody wants to play. Many of the local HVAC companies, though, have been sold to large conglomerates. And some are even coming back under new names. But at Central Heating and Air Conditioning, they never left the field. They've been your hometown team since 1947. And their dedication to our community has never wavered. They are the grand slam you can count on. Central's team of experts know the game inside and out, delivering dependable, reliable service and personalized solutions every time. So don't get caught off base. Choose the HVAC team that's always been in the game. Get Carrier products, Carrier warranty, and Carrier peace of mind. Turn to your Atlanta Carrier experts, Central Heating and Air Conditioning. Call them today, 770-GET-HEAT, or visit them online at centralheat.com.
We're smart, we care. We're Central Heating and Air.
1 in 4 Americans have a disability. I'm one of them. I'm also a working mom who cares deeply about making sure every child with a disability thrives by getting their access needs met. We've got a trusted ally by our side. Easter Seals provides children and families the foundation for lifelong success through early learning programs, skills training, and prep for college and career. That's my Easter Seals. Make it yours. Join us at easterseals.com.
Surprise! Your expenses this month were way higher than you expected. Also, you forgot to renew your website domain, and now you're in a bidding war.
You should see the look on your face.
At Progressive, we know small business owners don't usually like surprises because they cost you money. But a good surprise that could save you money? Getting a commercial auto quote from Progressive.
Plus, the fridge died in the break room, and now everything smells weird.
Surprise yourself. See if you can save in as little as 8 minutes at ProgressiveCommercial.com. Progressive Casualty Insurance Company and Affiliates.
Kimmer, Pete, and Flounder, how's it going? I noticed 2 things about me today. I love what Dr. Dina did to my smile, and I have no ass. I just have no ass at all. I'm suffering from the whole thing there. Anyway. Got a little Oasis here for you. Got a double whammy Oasis. On this day in 1994, Oasis released their debut album, Definitely Maybe. By the way, that was a cute movie. Did you ever see that movie, Definitely Maybe, with what's his name and the little girl? Oh, it was a very cute movie, a girl movie. It was really sweet. I loved the ending of it. I really did. Yeah. Anyway, Oasis, Definitely Maybe, went to spend 177 weeks on the British chart. Also, actually was the fastest-selling debut album of all time in Britain. And the album went to sell 8 million copies worldwide. Definitely Maybe, Oasis. That was in 1994. Definitely Maybe, embraced by critics for its optimistic themes and rejection of the negative outlook of much of the grunge music of the time. And this album regarded as a cornerstone of the Brit pop genre. That was 94. And then on this same day, 2019, Noel Gallagher said he wanted to start a petition to break the Foo Fighters up. Should be to break up the Foo Fighters. It followed Dave Grohl and company's headline performance at the UK Reading Festival, at which the frontman and Foo's drummer Taylor Hawkins told the crowd they wanted to start a petition to get Oasis to reunite. So he said when he wanted to break them up. Well, I don't know anything about that, whether that's real or not. Anyway, all right, let's see what we got here. Let's do another birthday list. How about... I never saw the show Glee. I know of it and some of the characters in it. One of them was Lee Michelle, 39 years old. She was in Glee, also Scream Queen. She's something of an actress and a singer, just for the record. And let's see, on this day in history, this is a bizarre story. I remember telling it not too long ago about it for another reason. In 1857, Abe Lincoln defends his client by looking to the sky. Abe Lincoln represented a guy named Duff Armstrong, accused of murdering a guy named Metzger in 1857.
Duff man.
Lincoln was friends with Armstrong's recently deceased father and offered to defend him for free. A guy named Charles Allen testified at the murder trial the following year that at just before midnight, he saw Armstrong strike Metzger with a slug shot, a weight tied to a leather thong. Boy, have you ever tried to do that by the David and Goliath days where you have the leather thong and the pouch and the rock in it? Man, is that hard? Oh, wow. Anyway, so a slung shot, they called it. Allen claimed he was 150 feet away at the time when Lincoln asked Allen how he could identify Armstrong in the middle of the night from that distance. Allen claimed he could see by the light of the full moon. Okay, then Lincoln took out an almanac and showed that at the time of the murder, Your Honor, the moon was in its first quarter and riding low on the horizon and just about to set. I'm claiming that not only was he an eyewitness lying about the full moon, it would have been impossible to have enough moonlight to see clearly that night, thus proving he was lying. It's irrelevant, immaterial, and oh, sorry, that was Perry Mason's guy. The jury agreed and acquitted the guy. The case became known as the Almanac Trial. By the light of the silvery moon, Abe Lincoln saved a guy from murder charge. Anyway, of course, he did it. The guy, was guilty. No, I have no idea. All right, 3:50. Hold everything. We got a blast from the past. Yesterday, we had Larry David doing a funny thing about trying to get Siri to say something. Years ago, the Kimmer and Leslie Sharp put together a little bit about trying to call to get a number at the bank or something. Here we go. Look at this. It's like 30 years ago.
Thank you for calling Metro National Bank customer service. Please enter your account number followed by the pound sign.
Oh, God, it's automated. I got to get out of my wallet. This is unbelievable.
Please enter your account number followed by the pound sign.
I got to get out of my wallet. Any knows you need an account number to call on the phone.
If you need to get it out of your wallet, press 2.
Well, now we're talking. All right, hold on. It says 1, 2, 4, 15, 2, a pound. All right.
Please enter your 4-digit personal identification code followed by the pound sign.
It's in my pocket. This is unbelievable. I hope it doesn't hang up on me.
Please enter your 4-digit personal identification code followed by the pound sign.
It's in my pocket. This is unbelievable.
If it's in your pocket, press 3, please.
This is, boy, these automated message things are a little scary.
Followed by the pound sign.
The pound sign. All right.
To apply for a loan or open an account, press 2. For our express service system, press 1.
I don't care about
that.
For
customer service options, press 3.
I don't care about customer service. I want to find out about fees. Where are the stinking fees?
To return to the main menu, press 1.
No, I don't want to find a menu.
Please enter your account number followed by the pound sign.
I already entered my account number. This is unbelievable.
Is this unbelievable? Press 2.
It is there. 2. It's unbelievable.
Please enter your account number followed by the pound sign.
I've already entered my account number.
If you wish to end your call, just hang up.
No, I don't want to end my call. I already entered my account number.
Please enter your account number followed by the pound sign.
I've already entered my account number.
If you've already done it, press 1.
I'm there.
Now, please enter your account number followed by the pound sign.
This is unbelievable. This is unbelievable.
Please enter your 4-digit personal identification
I've already entered
number.
my 4-digit personal identification number.
There will be a fee charged to your account for this process.
That's what I'm calling to
find out. If you'd like to continue, press 1.
I want to find out about the fees.
For the preceding transaction, there will be a fee charged to your account.
Wait a second. You charged me. I want a human. Is there a human
If you want to talk to a human, press 2.
There, all right. Now, can I have a human,
I'm sorry,
please?
all of our humans are busy at this time.
This is unbelievable.
If you'd like some information on your account, press 1.
I don't want information. I want to know about fees.
If you want to know about fees, press 3.
There, all right, now.
I'm sorry, we cannot tell you about fees at this time. Please enter your account number followed by the pound sign.
I've already entered my account number.
If you've already done it, press 4.
There, okay.
For doing that, we will charge a fee to your account.
Hold on, I want to find out about the fees.
If you want to find out about fees, press 5.
I've already pressed the numbers. This is incredible.
There will be a fee charged to your account.
Wait a second, you got to be...
Please put in your account number followed by the pound sign.
I'm not putting in my... You got to be kidding. You're ridiculous.
If you think we're kidding, press 1.
I think you're kidding. This is incredible.
We're not kidding. Please enter your account number followed by the pound sign.
I've already entered my account number. Are you serious?
We are serious. Press 3.
Wait a second. How could you...
Wait a second. Press 7.
Wait a minute. You know I'm saying everything I'm saying. Hello?
If we know everything you're saying, press 2.
See, that's what I mean. Just a minute
here. You need to have your account number, please.
Hey, are you crazy?
If you think I'm crazy, press 1.
See that, man? Hello? Hello?
What?
Ma'am? I knew it. This is incredible. I've been doing an automated thing, and you're not even automated.
Anyway.
Like Wolf's Lair Restaurant.
It was a fortune teller. That was 30 years ago, my friends. Something like that. And who didn't know that? Anyway, Neil Boortz is next with Kimmer Pete Flounder at 4 o'clock or something. Let her rip Friday. Vacation, baby. How you doing? Let her rip. Here we go.
WFOM and W292EV Marietta, a Dickey Broadcasting Station. This hour is presented by Atlanta Safe House.
A new court trial
fight over money and bathrooms. Lisa Brady, Fox News. 2 Virginia school districts taking the Trump administration to court over a funding freeze related to transgender students.
Fairfax and Arlington school districts are suing the Department of Education for placing them both on high-risk status. Their suits say the department funds to the schools, including formula funding, discretionary grants, and impact aid grants, will be done through reimbursement only. Both school districts are allowing students to use bathrooms that correspond to their gender identity, and the Department of Education says this is a violation of Title IX. But the districts note in their separate filings that they are bound by a recent federal appeals court decision that said Title IX and the Equal Protection Clause require them to allow students to use the bathroom that corresponds to their gender identity.
Fox's Jessica Rosenthal. Texas Democrats say they'll see state Republicans in court now that Governor Greg Abbott has signed the bill creating what he calls the One Big Beautiful Map
that ensures fair representation in the United States Congress for Texas.
The new congressional map aimed at winning 5 more Republican House seats. California's Democratic Governor Gavin Newsom, who has countered with his own redistricting effort, posting today that Abbott is the president's #1 lapdog. Record travel expected for Labor Day weekend.
United Airlines says that it does expect 250,000 more passengers boarding their planes than last year. And American Airlines, they're preparing for almost 4 million travelers, making its largest ever Labor Day operation.
Fox's Dana Marie McNichol at Miami International Airport. The TSA expects to screen more than 17 million travelers just in the next few days, with today being the busiest. The average price for airfares, hotels, car rentals, and gas all lower than last year. But a retreat on Wall Street, the Dow down 92 at the bell. America is listening to Fox News.
Summer is all about making memories, right? Backyard barbecues, road trips, maybe finally getting around to that hiking trail you've been eyeballing. But if you're living with pain, those future memories can be stolen from you. So here's a thought. Call 1-800-4RELIEF and try Relief Factor. Relief Factor is a 100% drug-free daily supplement designed to help your body fight pain. It's a doctor-developed formula made from natural ingredients. Best part? Relief Factor doesn't mask pain. It helps reduce or even eliminate it for good. Whether it's kayaking, running around with the little ones, or just chilling in a hammock, Relief Factor can help you feel better, move better, and do more of the things you love all summer long. So if you're ready to reclaim your summer, head over to ReliefFactor.com or give them a call at 1-800-4RELIEF. Do it now and get their 3-week quick start for just $19.95. That's 1-800-4-RELIEF.
Flounder? It's 4 o'clock. Hold everything.
Just kidding.
I just seen if I was alert or awake. There we go. I tried to trick the Kimmer.
Whoops, that's on me. Sorry, guys.
No, it's all good. 4:03, and you know what that means? Kimmer P. Flounder and Neil Boortz.
Just call me Ishi.
Yeah, Ishi, the last Indian. What a story. I mean, what an amazing story. Hid for 40 years, and then everybody wiped out his family, and oh my, wandered into town and couldn't give a name.
Well, here's even more amazing.
Wow.
My queen is half Indian.
Oh, I did not know that.
Yeah,
actually, I do remember you saying that one time.
Yeah, we thought it was Apache. It turns out Comanche.
Well, now, Comancheros is not the same as Comanche, though. Those were tough fighters. I remember looking at all the cowboy westerns.
Tell me about
Comanches were freaking, they're pretty tough people, I think, probably, aren't they?
Yes, I'm sorry about my voice.
Yeah. Well, what do you mean? Oh, didn't you have a little, something happen? Or what?
Yeah, I had 3 tubes sticking down my throat the day before yesterday.
You had like a heart thing, didn't you? I have 2 valve things, or whatever they call them. Didn't you get like or was that something else?
Did you get a valve replacement?
I got 2 stents. I got 2 stents.
Oh, 2 stents.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah. No, I had something called an ablation.
I've heard that, but I don't know what it is.
Well, you get this AFib.
Yeah.
In these little nerves in your ventricle, or atrium.
Yeah.
They start misfiring, and your heart is.
I have an ICD in my chest implant thing.
Yeah. It's instead of going thump thump, thump thump, it goes thump 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 thump. Thump, 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 thump. Mm-hmm. And your blood flow is, and then you just get crazy and you feel like it. So anyway,
well,
but I didn't want anesthesia.
Oh, well, okay. That probably hurt a little.
Well, they made me, but, the surgeon that did this looks like she stepped right out of a Victoria's Secret advertisement.
Oh, my.
So,
well,
so
kind of interesting.
Everything's cool except for I had to spend a night at the hospital away from my wife, and I do not like that even a little bit.
I could see that.
But there was good news today.
Well, what's the good news?
Allison Krauss and Union Station have a new album.
I love Alison Krauss.
Oh, what a voice!
What's that one? What's her song? She did the whiskey song? No, she did. If I love you or nothing but all, or if I don't say anything and say nothing at all, saying whatever that song. I love that song.
Whiskey Lullaby.
That's too sad. I can't listen to that anymore. I have it on my Magic Music stick that Flounder put on there, and I can't listen to it. It's too damn sad. But I love the other one. You don't have to say sometimes nothing at all, or whatever it is.
You say it all. You say it best when you say nothing at all. And then she has one called, oh gosh, what is the name of it? She gets up in front of the stage and she says, I heard this song. I went to a concert, I heard this song, and it was the worst thing I ever heard in my life. Oh. And so I decided we needed to do it too.
Oh my God.
And it's just...
is it horrible?
No, Ghost in This House.
I don't know that one.
Yeah, Ghost in This House.
Is that like it's like that blonde chick who used to be fat, and then she was on she married to one of the guys who does the singing judges, Country Girl, and she talked about going back to her home again.
Don't know that one yet. But speaking of fat girls, damn, Cass Elliot had a great voice.
She did, yeah. She had absolutely.
I mean, just an incredible voice.
Yeah.
Okay, I got a couple of things on my list. What do you got?
Right. Well, no, you're our guest of. You can stay till 6, or actually till 5:55. We got to get out because we have. Is it Georgia Tech Flounder? Something's going on here tonight in our.
How about the HAC ending that's printed? Who didn't see that coming?
Well, they said that like a year ago, and then they didn't follow through on it, and now I guess they're serious this time.
Well, if you listen to their announcement, why are they doing it? To save trees and water.
Yeah, please. You got to be kidding me. I mean, we all know the reason why. And of course, in your commentary, was right on. And Neil, I remember and I think you can relate to this. I was a paper boy.
I was too.
On my bicycle, and this was in New England, in the snow and the rain and the sleet, and I got on my bike. My mother didn't always get up to get me out at 6 o'clock in the morning to go deliver papers in the snow. And so and by the way, that was when, ladies and gentlemen, you don't understand what public service used to be. If the customers at those houses wanted their paper in a specific place, that's where they got it. Under the screen door, under the mat, under the milk thing, behind the back door, on top of the mail. I mean, whatever they wanted, that's what I had to do. Every single house had where they want me to put that paper.
Were you morning or in the evening?
Morning.
Yeah, me too.
Oh, actually, I'm sorry, I did both, but it was normally morning, and then sometimes I did afternoon.
I was still doing this when I was a senior in college.
Wow, no, I was just doing it as a kid. I delivered the Fuller Brush coupons also to neighborhood people.
I was a Fuller Brush man.
Yeah, I do. Yes, I just delivered your coupons, your booklets, whatever they were. Sales.
One time I went up and knocked on some lady's door, and she opened the door in her negligee.
Yes, I remember this.
Yeah, and I thought it was a really peculiar place to have a door.
Or the place to put her catalog. I don't know. I'm just saying. We're going to put this brush for you, ma'am.
So anyway, what's up with Labor Day? Down here, we celebrate Labor Day by sitting on the beach and looking at the Germans in their banana hammocks.
Oh, God. Yeah, no. When I was down in Palm Beach, that's bad. No.
Yeah. Why can't we have a law that just says...
No, you have to go home. This is America. I'm sorry.
But I did
the real hairy ones. I did
hear you talking a few minutes ago about your leather thong.
Oh, no, that was not my thong, sir. Although that was the guy using a thong, a pouch with a thong and a rock in it to hurl somebody. That was many years ago.
Really? The pouch in a thong?
In a thong, yes. I have leather, because I'm a Harley rider and now a chopper rider. I actually have leathers, all the chaps and the whole deal.
I wouldn't, even on the hottest days, I had all the equipment on. I was one of those that didn't want to bleed.
Yeah, well, you can roll around on the pavement in some of those clothes, and you're going to break a few bones, but you're not going to scrape your skin off. So,
no, I waited till I was just running through a parking lot to scrape my skin off.
Oh, well, that's not good either.
So, okay, a drug report on Nantucket. I know you've seen this.
Oh, my God. What? Yeah. Tell the little people about they decide. Actually, they were looking for results of COVID problems, as I remember originally.
Yeah.
And the people in Nantucket and their sewer department and the scientists said, we're going to check for COVID stuff. But Neil, tell the little people what exactly happened.
They go through the sewage.
Yeah.
And they check the sewage, or they're checking.
Yeah.
The usage for cocaine is 50% higher in Nantucket.
Way up there.
The sewage is full of cocaine. But nicotine. But the other things, it's low. But boy, those people in Nantucket, they do snort themselves some cocaine.
As I recall, that's the same place. It wasn't in Nantucket. They couldn't take 80 Venezuelans when they came and they had to throw them in an army base.
Martha's Vineyard.
Well, that was Martha's Vineyard. Well, same. I've been to both. So God.
Oh, I just love that story when they landed a plane load of illegals.
80 Venezuelans, and they be open. And by the way, Massachusetts is open. Anybody wants a home gets one. You cannot turn down somebody who wants a place to sleep. Massachusetts.
Well, what if they walk up to your house and want a place to sleep?
Well, I don't know. I think there's laws. I think it's an actual state law, and they got in trouble for it because people were using it against them.
Well, there's a wonderful video of some person walking through a neighborhood getting petitions signed, petitions to welcome all immigrants to this country, and some old guy signs it. Well, yeah, this is what we ought to do. Signs it, and then all of a sudden, well, we're glad you signed it. Here are your immigrants, and 3 Mexicans come walking down the sidewalk.
Very funny.
And they come up. So these are
TikTok.
yours.
Yeah, here you go.
Wait.
We aim to please.
Wait a minute. Okay, serious.
Yes.
All of this is serious.
Well, we're very serious here at the
Okay, but the shooting, you wonder why the flags are at half-staff today.
Oh, my God. Well, are they? I haven't seen any flags.
Yes, they are.
half-staff.
Trump issued a proclamation. He wanted the flags at half-staff on the Covenant school shooting.
Yeah, that's actually, well, there you go.
Which is the second school shooting from a trans or a tranny or whatever you want to call them.
Pete Davis, do you still have that thing available from yesterday, the libs of TikTok? Can you think you can find that in the next couple of minutes? Pete had
I'll look for it.
A thing yesterday that blew my mind about exactly what you're talking about. In fact, you're going to talk about the percentage of mass shootings or something. I heard that statistic today. Are you familiar with that one?
I'm not.
The most, let's see, the worst offenders of mass shootings are trannies.
You're not supposed to say tranny.
More people die in mass shootings from trannies reasons than from white supremacists or black guys or gangbangers or anything else. More people shot is from trannies more than anybody else.
It's a mental illness.
Exactly. They stopped calling it that. Apparently, the Psychiatrists Association, I guess, no longer lists it as a mental illness.
No, they don't.
Or AMA or whatever.
Just now, we're learning from this guy's, whatever they call it, his writings.
Yeah.
He wrote, I wish I had never brainwashed myself like this.
Yeah.
I am tired of being trans.
Yeah.
He was suffering from depression. I don't know. Have you ever had clinical depression?
No, I've been sad and depressed and talked to people about it, but I've never actually been depressed.
It's miserable. Yeah. But that was 50 years ago or more. But anyway. These people are mentally ill. It's called gender dysphoria.
Right.
But you're not allowed to say that. And we're not allowed to research that. We're not allowed to look at these people and say, and make any sort of a psychological judgment about them. You're supposed to say, oh, you think you're a woman? Fine, you're a woman. And so let's give you some pills and we're going to cut off your boobs. No, you would have to. That's if you want to be a man. Anyway, we're not allowed to look at them and judge them psychologically. We're not allowed to investigate that.
And here's the vicious, hideous part about this, in my opinion, is the two-prong effect by the Democrats. One, it's the Democrats who caused this. It's the liberals in this country who kept saying, you trannies are just like everybody else, and let's have some holiday celebrations and have tranny funding and stuff to have it in schools and go to, we'll have tranny things available in the military. You can't get get rid of trannies in the military. They're people just like the rest of us are. How dare you say anything about trannies? The Democrats made sure that everybody in America thought if you were saying anything about a tranny, you were a bigot and a bad American. They caused this to happen. And then they have number two, the balls to say, well, you can't say anything about trannies, you Christian people. You're just a bunch of damn Christian bigots. So they slam Christians for praying over the thing and then and then complain that it's an issue about guns, even though they're the ones at fault for doing it in the first place. It's unbelievable. And then complain about the people who complain about it after they started it.
Babylon B has got a story today about Democrats.
Yeah, I saw it.
Democrats want common sense prayer reform.
Yeah, common sense prayer reform. No, not regular prayer, the common sense prayer. Yay, though trannies, they shall walk and they,
But think of the disservice we're doing to these people. They are suffering from a mental illness.
I agree.
Years ago, we called them lugs. Remember lugs?
I do not remember lugs.
Lugs in high school. Lesbians until graduation.
I remember that. I remember the title.
It was really popular for girls in high school to say, well, I'm a lesbian.
Yeah.
And right up until the time they pledged a sorority at college.
Yeah.
But and it was so important to some of these girls to claim to be a lesbian because it made them part of some special club in high school. And that's why they called them lugs. And finally, that kind of went away. Sooner or later, this trans obsession is going to go away, and we're going to leave in its wake a lot of people profoundly disturbed and damaged because we wouldn't treat their mental illness when we had the opportunity to.
Well, and again, I don't know anybody who I feel sorry for them. If you are truly trapped in a woman's body and you're a guy, I truly feel sorry for you, and I'm willing to do, you should get help or whatever, but I don't think you should try to train 4, 7, and 10-year-old kids and in schools to, just say, gee, you can be like me and everything's okay because we can change genders. It's just, that part's wrong. You need help.
And then in Florida, they try to pass a law. You can't teach this to kids in school. And Disney gets
the gay rights, the say no thing and all that
Disney
crap.
starts getting upset about it. And now we had some guy, I just vaguely remember this story, but some Disney animator or official has quit now because Disney just, in one of their latest cartoon or animated features, insisted on having a same-sex scene in that. We've got to have a same-sex scene.
It's like when Robert F. Kennedy fired that guy at the health department. One of the people quit, and the protesters over and one guy quit. And in his resignation letter, he said, "We need to stand up for pregnant persons." Pregnant persons? That's why you're fired, sir.
You know what his bailiwick was at CD?
What?
Monkeypox.
Yeah, there you go. Come on. My God. Pregnant whatever, pregnant humans. Good grief.
How in the world where there's, the Republicans have their problems.
Absolutely.
Not the least of which is the fact that I've just registered as a Republican. But they have, as not a libertarian.
Yeah.
But they have their problems. But my God, you can walk up to the average Republican and say, "What's a woman?" and they'll be able to tell you.
But
silly. A Democrat can't. Yeah. They can't even answer the question, what is a woman? And we're going to give a group of people who can't answer that question.
Yeah.
What is a woman? We're gonna seriously consider them for that much power in this country.
Yeah.
By the way, have you? I don't know. Do you ever read the New York Post? I read it every day.
Oh, every day. Oh, I read it all day, every day, looking for new stuff because they're one of my original first sources in the morning at 5:30. I'm looking at the New York Post.
Well, that's a little earlier than me. Anyway, I love the list of. The list of platform for the Democrat Socialist of America.
Like the first one, even who's that scraggly Marine? I keep forgetting his name. Married to the conservative girl, that jowly rubber-faced.
Come on.
They used to be the Democrat. He got Clinton elected. the rubber-faced old... Come on, Pete Davis. James Carville. Even he said, you idiots, you start off your stupid Democrat convention by saying, you're on stolen land, you Democrats, by some Indian woman? He said, what are you, nuts? That's why you can't win elections anymore. Don't say... what are you talking about?
You ever dealt with James Carville personally?
No, and I never want to.
No, you do. I promise you do. Because he is absolutely delightful.
Well,
he is everything. He's a raging Cajun.
Yeah, he is.
Everything you... he used to show up at spring training when we all did our radio shows down there from spring training. He'd be in the same hotel. Yeah, and cool. I'd get a note slid under my door in the morning before I went to do the show. He said, what are you going to talk about today, you right-wing bastard?
Yeah. Well, he's got a sense of humor, and I guess he and that wife are still together. Not Mary Madeline, whatever. Mary Madeline, was that her name?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Good for them. God bless them. I hope they're still together and happy.
See, the Democrat Socialist platform allow people to be charged as youthful offenders up to the age of 26.
Yeah. Really, these people are serious about this stuff.
They are.
Oh my
they
God.
are.
Youthful.
And surveys show that more young people are gravitating toward the Democrat Socialists of America than they are the Democrat Party, Republican Party, or anything else. They love the idea of the Democrat Socialists of America.
Yeah.
And by the way, would people stop talking about threats to democracy?
I know.
Democracy needs to be threatened. It needs to be destroyed. It needs to be run out of town.
Yeah. Well, we have a democratic republic.
You want the difference? I finally, after years of trying, came up with the Neil Boortz brilliant way of describing the dangers of democracy, which is majority rule. Okay, you've arrested. The sheriff has arrested a criminal, a murderer, and the sheriff has the murderer in his jail. And he's sitting at the desk in the front office with a shotgun, and here comes the mob.
Here they come.
We're going to hang him. No, you're not. Yes, we are. You can't. Yes, we can. There are more of us, Sheriff, than there are of you. We have the majority here. The majority rules.
Let's vote.
Hand him over. We're going to kill him.
Let's vote.
And then...
Think of every job in America. The boss walks in, and we took a vote, boss. We're going to work 3 days a week and get paid more than we get paid now. All in favor?
So the sheriff says, no, you're not. We're going to follow the law. We're going to get due process here. We're going to try him. If they convict him, come on by. We'll hand him over to you. You can.
Yeah, there you go.
I was arrested. When I got out of the hospital yesterday, Donna took me to a choke and puke.
I don't know what that is.
It's not the best restaurant in the world.
I got you. I figured it had something to do with food.
Well, a lot of my buddies...
Now, why would she do that? Do it on purpose to see if you can still take it or what?
My buddies and I always meet there around noon on Thursday. And we have lunch. And so, but you know how I can tell if I'm going to spend a lot of money in a restaurant?
You're with a girl?
No, let some cops come in there.
Oh, boy. Oh, yeah. Well, me too.
Yeah.
I always do that if I have a chance.
First, Donna says, I want their check. Well, there were 4 of them.
Yeah, well.
But anyway, as we left, the waitress outed us, so they knew that my wife had paid the bill. So as we're leaving, I just walk up to him and said, the next time you have to chase somebody down, beat the crap out of him.
Yeah, there you go.
And the guy said, "Oh, you're running for sheriff? Please run for sheriff."
Yeah, I love it. I think there should be a rule: if you have to chase a guy in a car, and a cop has to chase a guy in a car, you get to whack him with your nightstick like 10 times for every 10 miles over the limit he went.
Seems
reasonable.
One whack per mile.
Yeah, something like reasonable. We could do a thing. Just come up with a good scale. Let's be fair.
I hate to say it because there's no due process there. But Lord, I love the idea of the police pulling over somebody that was fleeing and eluding and just beating the dog's squeeze out of them.
Exactly. They should be able to.
I am
totally
obviously not a perfect person.
No, I'm definitely not a role model. I tell the little people, women driving in the cars with their kids from in school, I'm not the guy to talk about here. You can tell them all that Peterson is an idiot. I give you total permission, because I usually am.
Oh, by the way, birth rates are falling more steeply for progressives than they are for conservatives. That's the good news for the day.
Well, nobody wants to be with them.
Well, they don't know where to. I'm sorry.
They're doing it the wrong way. They like all that kinky. I don't know what the hell, geez.
No.
It's not going to work that way, honey.
That's not the way this works. No.
But try it this way. I said, here, let me show you one more time, God.
Yeah, but move over here. I want to show you.
What's the matter with you? You just going to lie there?
So, by the way, you have your Friday funnies sometimes, okay?
Yeah, sure you go.
Okay, have you ever done? There is a really attractive, nice comedian, Hispanic, Latin, from Mexico, actually.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
And so at the end of her act, she does this thing about manicures.
Okay.
About going to the nail salon to get a manicure.
All right.
And it is one of the funniest things you will see. She says, "You have a boyfriend? You want long nails?" No. Well, honey, that's why you don't have a boyfriend.
That's why you don't have a boyfriend.
No, you gotta look that up because she has it. She has it absolutely perfect. And I know you get a manicure frequently.
I've never actually had a manicure.
Have you had a pedicure?
No. In fact, we had a guy, Pete Davis. You remember Nirvana Giannatano?
Yeah.
That's his nickname. I call him because of his name. And he once on the air on my show, he worked at a radio station 30 years ago with us, and he actually went on the air and he said, "Oh my God, I had a pedicure and it's the greatest thing ever happened to me." I went, but he said, "Oh boy, they just rubbed me." I said, "No, like that." But he would love that. He would love that pedicure.
Well, I'll send you a certificate for free pedicure.
No. No. Mm-hmm. Appreciate it.
Now, there's a place.
I can watch the girls. I don't know. I'm just saying.
Well, there's a place in Nashville now
for guys.
Well, it's very close to where we're going to be in about a month.
Okay. You should go there.
Yeah, we like to go there in the bus and just do stuff.
Okay, good.
Yeah,
I like it.
And anyway, for your pedicure there, you stick your feet in a fish tank.
No, I don't. With actual fish, what they nibble on your toes for you?
Yes,
or
there's actually little bitey little
hungry
fish.
Were they for? Oh God, and that feels good, and you like the nerves on your.
Well, it sure gets your.
Now, Pete Davis is bobbing his head up and down. Pete, you've enjoyed this, have you, in the past?
In Japan at the geisha house, yes.
Oh my God! Well, there you are.
What was that? A prelude?
Yep.
Well, in some states they won't permit that, but in Tennessee apparently they do.
It seems kind of creepy, but
Well, it tickles.
Well, God, yeah, but I don't. Okay, all right,
But you see, but I get a pedicure because I'm too old to bend over and clip my own damn toenails.
Oh God! Oh wow!
I know you have people that do that.
Well, some of the girls on Asian cheerleader night, stay over later, and
And where's that? Which?
Oh, I have a special wing set aside for Asian cheerleader night. So you have an extra large shower because I get 3-4 of those girls in there at one time. Washing that all those long hair. I mean, it takes. That hot water's running for like 45-50 minutes sometimes. Unbelievable.
Oh, that sounds. Is that Friday night?
It could be. When they can get through the the booby traps and the trip wires and so. Well, I have a little compound here.
I've always wondered how you make one of those.
Well, there's lots of ways
Never
to do
mind.
it.
Now, let me talk about ABC.
Please.
My wife would prefer to watch that David Muir on Evening News.
Well,
not me. Not me.
No, he got caught there recently.
He really, he really did. So they were reporting on the Covenant shooter.
Yeah.
ABC was. And they talked about how this guy, this tranny, had written words all over his weapons.
Right.
Okay?
Yeah, the ammo things.
Including the name Donald Trump.
Yeah.
So that's what ABC said, that he had the words Donald Trump.
It was killed, I believe it was killed.
It was actually kill Donald Trump.
Yeah.
But ABC said, no, we're not going We're not going to say that it says kill Donald Trump. We're going to say that it just says Donald Trump. That way we can create the idea in the minds of some people that this guy is a Trump supporter.
Yeah.
That's
just so devious and slimy.
And that's what they do,
scummy.
and they do it constantly.
I mean, really, just... there's I don't know how they live with themselves. I disgrace for what they do for a living. I mean, just really unconscionable.
Well, I'm reading a book right now, Go Woke, Go Broke, by one of those,
I've heard the title. I forgot who wrote it. I don't know who wrote, but I remember the title. I'll bet it's pretty good.
It is good. In fact, I'm going to dump you right now, and I'm going to go read the book some more.
I love it. I couldn't be dumped by a better person right now.
Well, say hi to the gang, and it's it was wonderful to wake up from anesthesia. You don't always.
Sometimes the best way we start taking jokes, and I remember. Anyway, Neil Boortz, thanks, man. Hi to your sweet goddess. 4:30. Give her feet fly. Have a safe holiday weekend for everybody.
Oh yeah.
All right, man. Be good. 4:30. Give her feet and flounder. Adios, and we'll be right back. Don't go anywhere right now.
The future of business in Georgia is bright, and Georgia Power is a driving force behind the businesses and organizations that are vital to the growth of the state. Just ask Brandon Hutchison, Executive Vice President and General Manager of Atlanta Motor Speedway.
Make no mistake about it, we're big customers of Georgia Power. It really is a true partnership. We've ran NASCAR's highest level of racing. In the early days of Atlanta Motor Speedway, Atlanta International Raceway, as it were, they raced twice a year, and that was about it. And then we started figuring out that this is an 850-acre campus that can do so much more. And it's not just the larger events that impact the region. It's the local events that really impact our community. It's a big responsibility for us to be such a big player in our community. And there's no doubt that Georgia Power has fan experience front of mind all the time.
To learn more about how Georgia Power is helping businesses big and small, visit GeorgiaPower.com and tune in all year to discover how they're powering the future of Georgia.
Hey, if you're looking to put in a backyard or maybe a pool deck or something, need something for your house in the area in the backyard, it's Stovall & Company, your wholesale landscaper supply company. Paul and the boys, they've been doing this for, and Grandpa and everybody else for 75 years. 11 locations up there in Canton's the latest one. And again, I brag about them because if you're looking for something special in your backyard, your contractor or labor or whatever, and they can't find it, Paul Stovall and the guys will tell you where to get it, even if they lose the sale. But they've got pretty much everything, stocked stones and boulders and rocks and patio stuff and irrigation systems and, of course, plants and shrubs and trees and flowers. They've got it all. Look them up, StovallInc.com.
Join Daniel Madelon, CEO of A Second Chance Bail Bonds, and co-host Tug Cowart as they bring together law enforcement, justice insiders, and voices from every part of the justice system, victims, advocates, and people who've turned their lives around. It's an honest talk about what's working, what's broken, and how to build a better path forward, one second chance at a time. This week's guests are FBI Special Agent in Charge Paul Brown and FBI Special Agent Charles Orgbon Jr. Justice Unfiltered. Unfiltered, informed, and unbiased.
No one plans on going to jail, but when it happens, it's important that you know who to call. Call A Second Chance Bail Bonds, where we believe everyone deserves a second chance. Whether your loved one's been arrested in Cherokee, Clayton, or any of the other metro Atlanta counties in between, A Second Chance Bail Bonds works fast to help expedite release within hours. A Second Chance. It's better to know us and not need us than need us and not know us. Call A Second Chance 24/7 at 404-BAIL-OUT or online at atlbail.com.
Time now for the Retire Wise Report. James Parker here with financial advisor Sean Maloney, founder and CEO of Retire Wise. The big question for many of our listeners as they approach retirement is, will I be okay in retirement? Sean, how do you help someone figure out if they've saved enough to be comfortable?
Great question. There's a lot of different aspects to this, but the biggest thing is looking at risk. Look, there's a lot of different risks to your money, like market risk, there's healthcare costs, inflation, and taxes. All those need to be accounted for. Many people worry if they've saved enough. Am I going to outlive my money? Strategies to help preserve your wealth can be more important than the dollar amount that you saved. Get an analysis of your situation to help you get that clarity that you need.
Tell us about the offer you have for listeners.
If you're worried about if you'll be okay for retirement, you probably don't have a plan. You might not even know what I mean when I'm talking about, do you have a retirement plan? Well, we have a great resource for you guys. We have what's called the Retire Happy Framework Toolkit, and you can get that by calling or texting WISE to 770-802-2200. My team helped me put this thing together just for you, and it's a complimentary guide. And the center of this is a copy of my latest book, The Priority of Retirement. It has chapters from everything from investments to Social Security, income planning, and has other guides that go along with it as well, with some checklists in regards to all those different strategies and topics as well. So if you want to get that information in your hands today, call or text WISE to 770-802-2200. That's 770-802-2200.
Take advantage of this offer. Get your Retire Happy framework today. Like Sean said, just text WISE to 770-802-2200. The team at Retire Wise will get you your Retire Happy framework right away. So just call or text WISE to 770-802-2200. Investment advisory services made available through AE Wealth Management, LLC, a registered investment advisor.
Hey, it's Los. We're here with Tom Mitchell, the honest car guy. Tom, I'm looking for a reliable vehicle, something for the family, but also for my daughter who's going to be driving soon. Why should I call you?
The main thing is you get to see it's a full transparency sale. What I like to do is show you the whole gamut, show you everything that's out there and everything that's available. I can get any make, any year, any model.
Financing. If I need to use it, what can you offer?
We have some of the best banks available, and we got rates starting at 4.99 from a 23 model and above. It could be a 14 model. We still have banks that will do all the financing for you at good rates, and they're primary banks. If you have credit issues, we still have banks that can accommodate those issues as well.
Friends, if you're in the market for a pre-owned car, truck, or SUV, get an honest car buy from the Honest Car Guy. You pay what we pay, plus an honest fee, and we back that up by giving you the bill of sale. That's our transparency guarantee. Call 844-SHOW-ME-1. That's 844-SHOW-ME, the number 1, or visit honestcarguy.com.
I do not want to hear that I'm plus size. No, you're fat. I'm curvy. No, you're obese.
Catch Neil's commentary every day on Extra 106.3 and the Extra app.
What's that smell? 437. A skunk smells his own hole first, baby. 1991, little Nirvana for you here. Ding, 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 ding. 1991, it was this day a Boston rock station, WFNX, premiered Nirvana's sophomore album, Nevermind, playing the soon-to-be classic from start to finish. The entire album, featuring the grunge-era anthem, Smells Like Teen Spirit, 1991. Boston station played the whole damn thing. Kimmer, Pete, and Flounder, here's the number, 404-741-1230, 741-1230. And our birthday list includes Elliot Gould, 87 years old. Elliot Gould was Ross and Monica's dad on Friends, Trapper in the original movie MASH. Also, he was in The Long Goodbye, and he was in Bob, Carol, Ted, and Alice, which was a weird couples movie and featured a woman I had the hots for years, and I think probably still do, Diane Cannon. You remember her, Pete Davis? You remember Diane Cannon?
Oh, Cary Grant's wife. Yeah,
man.
She's a hot little spinner.
She was just sex. She just was hot and funny and wild and crazy, and I mean, she was just really hot.
She
dangerous.
gave Cary Grant LSD.
Yeah, she was dangerous. That's a hot woman right there in a lot of different ways. Diane Cannon, God.
We're halfway through the show right now. You want to do the halfway through the show report?
Yeah, please. So, ladies and gentlemen, halfway through, it's Kimmer, Pete, and Flounder. Pete Davis now with our halftime report.
Here's all stories that Kimmer made Flounder print up for him.
5:30 this
Greg
morning.
Gutfeld on trannies, dog
coming
shot,
up, I swear to
tranny
God.
mom,
It's coming
Cracker
up.
Barrel finder,
I swear to
President
God.
Trump versus foreign aid,
they're all coming
Lisa
up.
Cook, Federal Reserve,
I got 'em right
CDC
here.
walkout,
They're all here.
ChatGPT safety,
Right in my
Taylor
hands.
Swift strikes,
the whole
Ashley
thing.
Babbitt honored, and Kamala Secret Service. You have gotten to
Yeah, in
absolutely
fact,
zero
I got
of those
them all right
stories.
here. And I have a story about every one of them.
You know how long it takes to format that stuff?
Zero.
Well, I'm the one who has to do it. And at the time, I'm going, oh, this is cool. This is cool. Oh, this is cool. I mean, and by the way, for example, Taylor Swift's engagement ring and her engagement period are going to boost the stock market. Taylor Swift has actually changed the money that comes into foreign countries. When she does concerts around the world, the investment she moves the GDP of actual countries. So her now reported marriage is leading to more marriages, more people getting engagement rings, more people getting, in fact, they're talking about the nature of her ring. Her ring is called Old Mine Cut. The miner, M-I-N-E, the old diamond mine, Old Mine Cut style, which is kind of clunky and angular, and it doesn't look like the beautiful classic emerald square kind of deal like that. It's different, and it's huge, and it's really just amazingly different. It's old, and now she's going to bring that back. And I guarantee you, jewelers are now saying, well, boy, people want that old diamond cut for $80,000. I mean, she's going to change the economy for people because of that engagement. The index of jewelry companies and retailers, in fact, let me say, the reason I'm saying this, there's an investment app called Autopilot, and it has launched the Swift Effect portfolio. They launched the Pelosi tracker and tracked Nancy Pelosi's trades. They tracked huge hedge fund managers like Michael Burry and Warren Buffett. They have the Swift Effect portfolio tracking 15 stocks that could benefit from her getting engaged. Engagement photos, the Cartier watch, index for the stock of her parent company, Richemont. Jewelry companies, retailers with wedding and baby registry booming, Signet Jewelers, Target, Carter. I mean, it's unbelievable. And now there's a whole investment company booking on her to change people making money in the stock market. I'll tell you, it's just, and by the way, also kind of weird, the Cracker Barrel, I'm getting two stories here, Pete Davis. The Cracker Barrel guy, the guy who founded the freaking company, is 93 years old. His name is Tommy Lowe. He founded a Cracker Barrel in 1969. He says he accused the former Taco Bell executive, who's running his former company, of trying to rival the chain's criticized $700 million modernization effort. The girl he's criticizing used to work at Taco Bell. And so the guy who founded the damn Cracker Barrel, she's 93, says they're trying to modernize to be like the competition. Cracker Barrel doesn't have any competition. Nope. I heard she was at Taco Bell. What's Taco Bell know about Cracker Barrel and country food? They need to work on the food and service and leave the barrel and logo alone. He said their rebrand is pitiful. She doesn't understand Cracker Barrel's identity because of her background in fast food. Spending $700 million to rebrand is throwing money out the window. And by the way, he says she doesn't even know who I am. He originally wanted to build a gas station in Lebanon, Tennessee, and then he said, well, we need something more appealing to get customers in here. So they said, well, let's put this little store up there. It was a country store for country people, and that's what it was, and that's what it is today, and they just don't get it. The guy's 93 years old, and it's pretty simple when you just, stop being an idiot.
Waffle House is their really only competition.
Oh, in fact, hold on a minute. I know we got Pete's tweets coming up here later, but since you mentioned it, and I forewent. A little thing today from Babylon Bee, which says Waffle House unveils successful brand strategy of just keeping everything the same forever. Makes sense. Anyway, Kimmer Pete and Flounder 443. All right. Let's do that. Let's do this. For the record, the mom of the school shooter, the girl-boy guy, she's not cooperating with the cops. She's got a lawyer. She's lawyered up, and the lawyer says, well, she's heartbroken and everything's distraught and everything else. However, there's going to be a lot more about this coming up, and I don't want to dwell on the story of the kid. However, Flounder, we're going to play Gutfeld, Greg Gutfeld here now. Greg Gutfeld from Fox. Greg, if you've ever listened to his show or watched his show and you've seen him before, he's wild and crazy. he's funny. He's kind of obnoxious, and he's just a wild, funny guy. His show at night kills the competition, just creams the competition. Well, Greg Gutfeld was reacting to the social media exploding as liberals continue bashing Christians and actual normal people for reacting to the killer tranny cycle and praying for the victims and so forth. Here's how Greg Gutfeld handled that reaction on Fox. Flounder, if you will.
This is why none of these a-holes can lecture anyone on compassion. The most compassionate people on this planet are trying to stop the trans delusion. The least compassionate are the people in the media, academia, and politicians who enabled this hysteria of horror. What is so glaring about the trans cult? Apparently your identity is the only thing that matters until you do something awful. Then it's the least important variable. Then you look at everything else. You talk about guns. But you suddenly, it's all of a sudden like, oh, we can't talk about that. What was it, the other trans shooter that they actually hid her identity? In this manifesto that this creep wrote, he said he was tired of being trans and that he had wished he had never brainwashed himself. What more do you need straight from the monster's mouth? Politicians, activists, teachers, you built this. You could have listened to the warnings. We were talking about this on this show for years. You amplified a hysterical, literally hysterical phenomenon that was going no place good. You created a poisonous program that twisted young minds for destruction, a nihilistic place to be when you deny biology and they have nowhere to go. So all of these media arguments, what you're seeing there among those people, it's to escape their own culpability in the reality that they created. So forget the layer of mental illness and gun control. The origin of the evil lies in the creation of a mindset that indulged a delusional self, ruining connections with fellow human beings. So that trans, by ascribing extreme aggrieved mentality, then gets directed against society, so this person feels justified in killing children. Boom. His killing resulted from that ideology. And if you don't believe that, you're one dumbass.
And it was the ideology of the liberal Democrats that started this in the first place. And then, like he said, that's the one thing that matters to everything. And then as soon as you misuse it, that doesn't count. That doesn't have training. That's got nothing to do with being trained. It's got nothing to do with it. These dirty skunks. Anyway, Greg Gutfeld, well done. 446, Kim, Pete, and Flounder. It's holiday time. How's it going? You want to join us? We appreciate it if you feel like it or something. And I got a texting thing coming up. It'll be fun here in just a minute. Look out.
It's time for the Boortz Report, brought to you by Southern Exteriors, the Southeast's premier home exterior solution. Quality and precision you can rely on for over 20 years. Visit southernexteriors.co.
Well, one of the easiest predictions I've ever made has now come to pass. The Atlanta Journal-Constitution is going to stop printing a newspaper. Last printed edition will be December 31st, and I recommend you go get one somewhere and save it as a memento so that you can show your grandkids what a newspaper really was. I had to stifle a little laugh when they said that this was actually going to save water and trees. No, this is what's happening to newspapers across the country. The magazines, the U.S. News and World Report, Time Magazine, Newsweek, they're already gone. I frankly don't know if they exist in digital form at all. Perhaps most of you don't remember that the Atlanta Constitution was the morning paper, the decided liberal bent, and the Atlanta Journal was the afternoon newspaper with a somewhat centrist or conservative twist. But folks, this was inevitable. In the early days of my radio show, I used to make a weekly visit to a newsstand where I would buy newspapers from around the country, go through them page by page looking for interesting stories to discuss on the air. Now you do that on an iPad or a computer. When I moved to Naples full-time about 20 years ago, there was a newspaper down here, then USA Today. Gannett bought it. Now it's just the local version of USA Today. And that happened in other cities all over the country as well. I'm not here to slam the AJC and its left-wing content. I'll actually be sorry when that last edition is published. Let's just hope they don't sell out to the USA Today crowd and they do continue with a digital version that'll actually be worth your time. Neil Boortz, Extra 1063, not going anywhere.
You upgrade your phone, you upgrade your wardrobe, even your lawn. So why not upgrade the part of your home that actually protects your family? Southern Exteriors specializes in roofing, siding, gutters, windows, and they're making it easier than ever before with 10% off any job or 12 months of 0% financing. Hey, it's Tug, and I know the folks at Southern Exteriors. They show up, they do it right, and they stand behind their work. Call them today, 877-9-SOUTHERN, or visit southernexteriors.co.
Yeah, take it easy out there. It's a long Labor Day holiday weekend, and that means people are going nuts trying to get out of town and merging into lanes. Oh, look out. Oh, no, it's your fault. No, you cut me off. Okay. No. Hey. Take care of yourself, and then call David Van Sant if someone gives you something to argue about. Don't argue with, insurance company lawyers. They do this for a living, and they love to do their little tables and charts and say, no, everything's fine. But David Van Sant used to do that for a living with insurance companies, and they hate to see him coming because the guy's on the Georgia Top 100 Trial Lawyers list in Georgia, and the super lawyers list too. He's been on that for years, and that really means something. That David Van Sant doesn't goof around. Insurance is complicated. Not all premium things are the same in what you get, and maybe extra time for a rental thing or a part didn't come in or whatever. Whatever. And it's not just car or motorcycle and truck wrecks or something like that. If you've been wronged and you need to get paid for it, well, David Van Sant is a personal injury lawyer, and he doesn't. He's number one because you're number one. If you don't get paid, he doesn't get paid. It's complicated. Let him iron it out for you. Here's a number, 855-GA-INJURY. Online, vansantlaw.com.
Hey, this is Matt from East Cobb. We basically bought our house from our in-laws. It was my wife's childhood home. One of the issues that we've had when we first moved in was our dog in our backyard. It was extremely shaded, could never grow grass back there. We resodded it twice. So ATL Turf Co. did an amazing job with our backyard transformation. They basically created a miniature golf hole. We have a miniature fairway. We also have a miniature little putting green. Consists of about 4 holes, total about 40 yards, so you can definitely work on your short game and your putting. After that transformation that ATL Turf Co. did for us, my father-in-law came and saw his house the way it looked after the fact of we had a putting green and a miniature golf course. Sure enough, he did the same thing with ATL Turf Co. He has a beautiful backyard, wonderful stonework, drainage, and a beautiful practice area for chipping and putting. Check him out online at atlturfco.com.
1 in 4 Americans have a disability. I'm one of them. I'm also a working mom who cares deeply about making sure every child with a disability thrives by getting their access needs met. We've got a trusted ally by our side. Easter Seals provides children and families the foundation for lifelong success through early learning programs, skills training, and prep for college and career. That's my Easter Seals. Make it yours. Join us at easterseals.com.
Oh man, this song has become a whole thing. I mean, people use it for gotcha moments and a million things. And it all started in 1987. Rick Astley. By the way, the story is really remarkable because on this day in 1987, Rick Astley's hit song, Never Gonna Give You Up, started 5 weeks at number 1. This was his first hit. It was his debut. And Britain made it number 1 for weeks. It was the biggest selling single of 1987. Never Gonna Let You Go. Best British single of 1988, also British Awards. Rick Astley. Man, I hear this song all night still. Good for him. Our birthday list includes Neil Gorsuch, Supreme Court Justice, 58 years old today. And I see Kimber Pete and Flounder, 453. By the way, this was weird. Flounder does birthdays and history lists and stuff and prints it up for me, and I do a bunch on my own. And among the things I search on history and birthday anniversary type things is sources like trivia.com or whatever the hell it's called. And one of these sources I checked this morning or last night had this as a moment in history. They thought this was significant enough, and I'm not sure whether I like this or not. Here's the story. On this day, Rush Limbaugh, on this day, 2006, on his nationally syndicated program, Rush Limbaugh, the conservative political commentator who once weighed 325 pounds, blames the obesity epidemic on the liberal left, stating, quote, "Didn't teach them how to butcher-ass slaughter a cow to get the butter. We gave them the butter." And then it says someone should have explained to him how butter is made. What the hell's that about? Why would somebody use that as a history thing of note on a history website? I don't know. I'm trying, if there was a point, I missed it, and it seemed kind of snotty, but I'm really not sure why. I guess that's what bothers me anyway. All right, hold everything. We got a little something here, Flounder, and then, by the way, I got a really cool text this morning that sent off a whole bunch of wild memories. Pete, you saw it, and Flounder, I think you saw the same thing too. I hope you did. From Wayne, no offense, and Nathan the cop, formerly Nathan the Fuzz. But first, it's 4:55. Johnny Olson, come on down, Pete Davis. We got a little game action. What do you got, sir?
Time once again for Three Strikes, a college football
Oh, boy. Here
edition.
We go. Big weekend now. Big weekend starting tomorrow at noon. Anyway, go ahead. Yes, sir.
That's right.
All right.
I have a list of the 9 winningest programs in college football history.
Okay.
All right. Starting with Flounder. Start naming them. You have 3 strikes.
Oh, boy.
Notre Dame.
In history, we're talking, right?
Notre Dame is number 4 with a 732 winning percentage beginning in 1887. So you are correct, sir. Notre Dame is one of them. Flounder? No, Kimmer.
Wow. Now I'm nervous.
Use your words.
Oh, my God. Ohio State.
Ohio State is number 2. 735 winning percentage. Started at 1890. So, okay, Flounder, it's your turn.
Wow. Let's see. USC?
Oh, no.
USC, Southern University of Spoiled Children, not in the top 9. Kimmer, it is your turn.
Well, I think I'm going to say, let's see. I'm going to say, Columbia. Crap.
Nope, Columbia is not in there.
Old days, yeah.
Penn State?
Penn State is number 8, 690 winning percentage beginning in 1887. Your turn, Kimmer.
Okay, goodness. Well, how about, let's see. How about Purdue?
Purdue has never been good.
I don't. Big Ten. I'm trying to go back in history when there were just Big Ten teams and there was nobody else playing but Big Ten teams. I'm telling you, Ron,
I'm taking away both of your Southern cards right now because all you're naming is Yankee teams.
Well, that's because we're going in history. I'm figuring, 1898 for God's sakes.
Hey, what about my turn? Alabama?
Alabama's number 3, 733 winning percentage starting in 1892. How could you not say Alabama?
I know. How about Georgia, ladies and gentlemen? Georgia, right here.
Strike 3. Kimmer is out.
God.
So all we need is for Flounder to come up with one more winning.
Rotten Georgia.
Boston College.
Boston College. So you've got one more strike. You have one more strike. Else it's a tie.
Yeah. Let's see here.
You guys are going to kill each other.
Georgia, UGA?
No, I just
Georgia
said that.
Is not.
LSU. How about LSU, just for kicks?
No, not LSU.
I can't believe it. All right,
Number 9
Clemson
is Nebraska.
Or somebody? All right, here we go.
Number 8, tied with Penn State, is Yale. Bula Bula, which is the oldest, 1872.
Yeah, that's where I was going in. That's where I was going in history. Yeah.
Number 6, Bud Wilkinson, Barry Switzer's Oklahoma Sooners.
Should have remembered that one.
Number 5, playing tomorrow, big game, Texas Longhorns.
I didn't know they had a history like that. Really?
Darryl
Royal. Yeah, you're right. You're Darryl Royal.
And number 1, I can't believe you didn't see it, the only team with over 1,000 wins in their history, the Wolverines of Michigan.
I'll be damned. Huh. Well, there you are. Well, that was kind of bizarre. Yeah. And tomorrow, I'll tell you what, Texas and Ohio State at noon. What a way to kick off. And Georgia's playing who? Like Agnes Scott or something?
Marshall's better than Agnes Scott.
I know they are. That's what I was going to say. They're probably going to win. They have a good chance. I mean,
we got Georgia Tech tonight right here on our own station.
Georgia Tech. In fact, is that who's coming in the studio, Flounder?
Well, that's one of the. Yeah, I guess that's one of the board ops that's going to be working the show.
Okay, now, but are the people coming in here to do the?
Yeah, they will be in here. They will be in here in the studio.
In the studio. All right, so we're clearing out right before 6. And who is it? The Georgia Tech broadcast team, or who's actually?
I'm not sure. Just people. I'm not sure if it's the commentators or what.
Yeah. Okay. Anyway, so they're using our studio.
So play-by-play, they're probably in.
I don't know.
Wouldn't you think?
I would assume they'd be there at the. Yeah. Now I don't know how they're doing it. So this must be commentators before the kickoff or something. So it's cool. Anyway, so that's our plan. And here we are. Oh my God, oh my God, it's almost 5 o'clock. Flounder, I blew the whole Flounder's funny. We'll do it coming out at 5 o'clock. How about that? Because we owe you one. And Holy Crap at Sports coming up here shortly. And it's Friday, man.
I thought that was the lead singer of Guns N' Roses behind you there for a second, Flounder. He came in with the head.
Yeah, that's one of the new board ops that's going to be working the show, I believe.
Oh, no. Well, there you are. Cool. Yeah, stand by for news. Anyway, Kimmer P. Flounder, 5 o'clock. There we go. Friday, let it rip. Anything goes. Da-da, da-da. Da-da-da.
The Kimmer Show is live on your ride home on WFOM and W292 EV Marietta, a Dickey Broadcasting Station. Extra 106.3.
A map debate escalates on Lisa Brady, Fox News. Now that Texas Governor Greg Abbott has signed the bill to create a new congressional map aimed at helping Republicans win 5 more House seats.
Texas is now more red in the United States Congress.
California's Democratic Governor Gavin Newsom reacting by calling Abbott the president's #1 lapdog. This after launching a counter redistricting effort to help Democrats win more House seats in California. Texas Democrats who delayed a vote on the new map by leaving the state plan to continue their fight in court. No decision yet from a federal judge after hearing arguments today on the president's effort to fire a member of the Federal Reserve Board.
An attorney for Federal Reserve Governor Lisa Cook argued President Trump's motives are clear to get a majority of his picks on the Fed board. Cook has filed a lawsuit asking a U.S. federal judge to keep her on the job as she fights the president's order removing her. President Trump fired Cook, he says, for cause because of allegations from a federal regulator that Cook committed mortgage fraud. A Justice Department lawyer says Cook has not denied the accusation or offered an explanation. A ruling is not expected before Labor Day.
Fox's Jared Halpern at the White House. Cook's attorney insists the fraud allegation doesn't amount to cause for removal. Millions of Americans in motion for the holiday weekend and in some cases spending less money.
AAA reports domestic round-trip flights are averaging $720. That's still pretty expensive, but down 6% from last year. Hotels and car rental costs have also dropped. And if you are jet setting across the pond, according to Hopper, flights to Europe are down 18%.
Fox's Dana Marie McNichol at Miami International Airport. The TSA expects to screen more than 17 million travelers. America is listening to Fox News.
Summer is all about making memories, right? Backyard barbecues, road trips, maybe finally getting around to that hiking trail you've been eyeballing. But if you're living with pain, those future memories can be stolen from you. So here's a thought. Call 1-800-4RELIEF and try Relief Factor. Relief Factor is a 100% drug-free daily supplement designed to help your body fight pain. It's a doctor-developed formula made from natural ingredients. Best part? Relief Factor doesn't mask pain. It helps reduce or even eliminate it for good. Whether it's kayaking, running around with the little ones, or just chilling in a hammock, Relief Factor can help you feel better, move better, and do more of the things you love all summer long. So if you're ready to reclaim your summer, head over to ReliefFactor.com or give them a call at 1-800-4RELIEF. Do it now and get their 3-week quick start for just $19.95. That's 1-800-4-RELIEF.
together, ladies. Left shoulder, right of blank. Ready on your dog target. Help, help, help. Road guards out. Look out. It's only me. It's only the Kimmer. How's it going? With Pete Davis and Flounder and you, and it's Let It Rip Friday. Anything goes, and got the big weekend coming up here. Our number is 404-741-1230, 741-1230 if you want to join us. I got newsy stuff and things like that. So we haven't done any tweets yet. We owe you a Flounder's Funny. Flounder, if you could get a Flounder's Funny ready, sir, I'll get to it in a second. First, I want to... we'll do it in a second. First, I want to mention something that happened today. If you don't mind, kind of a personal thing, and I think both you guys were part of this, which is pretty funny too. I got we got a message text today from Wayne No Offense, a former producer and a longtime friend. In fact, hell, I gave him half my guns back when I moved out of the house. I gave him my AK-47 and 2,000 rounds of ammo. I gave him a Thompson submachine gun. And I gave him one of my safes. Talk about Atlanta Safe House. Anyway, I love his family, his wife, and kids, and everything. We follow him every once in a while. I haven't seen him in a long time, but once in a while. And on Facebook today, Wayne No Offense posted, I think both you guys saw this. I'm hoping you both did. It says, shout out. He shows pictures of some note cards. It says, shout out to Kimmer for my Kimmer basic training. I'm still using blue cards for my show prep. They're yelling out because of supply, but they're blue cards. And I corrected a young employee that said, you should have went. And I said, it's gone. You should have gone. Not went. It should have gone. Not should have went. He said, and of course, twice a year, I still correct. It's daylight saving time. Savings are what you put in the bank. And this was Wayne No Offense, and it just came out of nowhere. And so I replied, said, oh my God, it's like yesterday. Still walking upright. Hope you're doing okay. And then Nathan the Cop got on board here, formerly Nathan the Fuzz, Nathan the Cop, who's one of our longtime great friends and used to work there. And he was worked in broadcasting. We became a police officer in Cobb County and a special guy doing all the special things. Anyway, and Nathan the Cop wrote, that's hilarious. I do the same daylight saving. Savings are for the bank. He said, I have a Kimmerism almost daily. Those were some of the best days of my life. And which I thought was so nice. And then I joked back. I said, hey, I got an idea. Stun yourself on the radio live. If you remember, Pete, were you around when Nathan the Fuzz got tased?
Yeah.
To see what it was like on the radio?
Not good.
Oh, my God. I mean, it's just
he took it like a man.
He took it like a man, but holy crap. It was in training for the police force in Cobb County, and he volunteered to do it, and it was...
Didn't he do the spray, too?
I think he did the
pepper spray?
Yeah, the spray in your eyes and stuff. Yeah, and so I said, I got an idea. Why don't you stun yourself on the radio? And then Wayne No Offense said, or brand yourself, or beat up a commie on the Veterans Day parade, or spit on a court clerk during your trial, or throw your producer into the wall trying to get to an a-hole fan. Good times. All of those things. Wayne No Offense was part of it with Pete Davis. In fact, I put the picture of my brand on my left upper shoulder or upper arm under my shoulder, where Pete and Wayne No Offense took paper clips and we held them in a pair of pliers and heated them up in the letter formed paper clips in the form of USMC, and they bore them, heated them up till they were red hot, and put them on my flesh alive on the air, and you could hear the sizzling of my flesh burning. You could hear the burning of the flesh. And then did it the U, and then the S, and the M, and the C. Did 4 different letters, and I've still got them. They're kind of a little subdued, but they're still there. The scars from and blisters and everything.
Wasn't that in response for a Georgia high school football coach doing it?
It was a football coach whose wasn't his fault, but his some players on his football team wanted to do a thing to show cohesiveness and solidarity and so forth, and so they took, I believe it was a paper clip or the end of a paper clip, I believe, and they heated up the end of the paper clip and put a teeny dot like a tattooed dot on their chest, a little teeny dot from end of a paper clip. And the coach either knew about it and didn't stop it, or they told him and he didn't do anything. I don't think he said, hey, do this or anything, but he knew about it and didn't do anything to stop it and didn't discipline him, apparently. And they found out about it, and I think they fired the coach. They disciplined the hell out of the coach, and I think they fired him. And I couldn't believe it. I said, now, wait a minute. I said, hell, big time Charlie, sometimes guys do stupid stuff like this. Hell, in the Marines, if you're a recon, they pound your wings into your chest, in your bare chest, the prongs of it, so grow up a little bit. And so I said, hell, if they can do that, I'm going to do this on the radio. So we said, hey, I know, let's brand the Kimmer. So I got USMC branded from paper clips on my arm. And then just to wrap this up, it's all these memories. He said, or brand yourself, or beat up a commie in the Veterans Day Parade. That was the guy at the Veterans Day Parade. The year before, I had been the Grand Marshal of the Atlanta Veterans Day Parade. What an honor. Honestly, I'll never get over it. I don't know why, I don't know, but I was for some reason. The next year after that, I was still working in town, and I went to see the Veterans Day Parade. I parked my car at the intersection where I was going through, and there was one guy who was spitting on the troops as they went by. It had a sign that said, Bush did 9/11. And so I saw him during the parade. At the end of the parade, I got in my car, and I pulled up the intersection to go back to work I forgot the name of the intersection place they call it, anyway, in Atlanta. And so this guy was leaving, the guy with a protest sign, and he saw me, and I said something to him. And so he came up to my car and he spit on me. Through my car window, spit on me. So I put my car in park and I got out of my car, and then he headbutted me, and that was a ball game. So then I took him down and had him on the pavement and was beating him severely. And so 3 or 4 guys came over, including 2 undercover or plainclothes police officers, dragged me off him and said, go on, get out of here, go to, everything's fine. We saw the whole thing. I said, okay, so I left. Well, the guy took my license number and called the cops, and they came to see me and gave me a warrant. I had to go to trial. And when we went to trial, Wayne No Offense was one of the witnesses. And when we went to trial, they were describing what happened. And I said, well, he spit on me like this and went whack like that. And actually, part of my spit landed on the court clerk. And so the bailiff, I just couldn't believe it. So the court clerk, a little teeny bit, and so the bailiff, the big black bailiff guy, goes, hey, wait a minute, hold on. I said, I'm sorry. Like, this is in court, for God's sakes. And I said, I'll buy you a new blouse. So I gave her $100 for a new blouse or whatever it was. And I said, I'm sorry. So that was no big deal. But anyway, and I told him what happened, and then the judge said, hell, you should have had him arrested. Because he started it, and he also hit me first, and I just put him down. And he complained that I put him in the hospital and broke his shoulder, and he couldn't work and everything else. But also, I'm sorry, I'll straggle this along. Just for the record, I didn't bring the police report, but I have him. With the police report, he described me as 35 years old. I was 62. 35 years old, 6'4", 270. I was 5'10", 1'9" or whatever. And I said, yeah, things look a lot bigger when they're that close to you, punk. And so anyway, nothing happened in court. And the judge said I should have cited him. Anyway, one more thing here. When there was a story about, there was a politician who embarrassed himself because he got caught having an affair, and I blasted him a lot on the radio. And one of his handlers, a PR flacky, actually came into the radio. I don't know, Peter, if you were there or not. You might have been. Came into the radio station and into the booth. And so Wayne No Offense was a producer, and so he tried to get the guy to stop. He was during a break and during a commercial time or something. He came into the booth and was trying to attack me for, how dare you say the things about my client or the so-and-so. And so I went right for him, and Wayne No Offense tried to get in front of me, and I didn't remember doing it, but I went like this, and I apparently threw Wayne against the wall. I lifted him up and threw him against the wall, and I guess he had to go to the hospital first. I hurt his shoulder or something. Anyway, guy was trying to get at me, and I didn't appreciate it. So anyway, but all this came up just, out of nowhere from a text thing, and it brought back some of the really funny memories about what the hell this business was like all these years. Anyway, sorry, I got distracted. Kimmer Pete Louder. And the Air Force is granting full military rights to Ashley Babbitt, the only victim who died on the January 6th mostly peaceful riot. And the Air Force Force was told not to honor her and not give her any military honors, no military funeral stuff or benefits or anything else under Joe Biden. The Biden administration, whoever signs all those auto pen things, decided that they did not want the Air Force to give any honors at all to Ashley Babbitt, who was a veteran of the Air Force and was murdered by a rogue cop. And then the cop got saluted by the Democrats for performing his duties above and beyond by shooting an unarmed woman in the neck and killing her. The only person who died as a direct result of January 6th. Those other people that was later in a different thing. Anyway, so the Air Force now has reversed itself, thank God, and it should be saying, no, she was a veteran, and we honor her as a veteran. And by the way, her family sued the government, and they got paid about $5 million. It should have been $500 million. With the freaking Biden administration. Again, these scoundrels, slandering and viciously attacking a woman who was an innocent victim in a peaceful protest. And again, one more thing, and I'll shut up. If she had been a Democrat, and it had been a Republican cop, if it had been a protest for George Floyd and she came through a window and a Republican cop shot her in the neck, they would have burned down this country. And instead they said, oh, no, she deserved what she got because she was a rioter. You dirty, rotten scumbags. Okay, sorry. That's 5:14 almost. Holy crap, it's sports, and it's Skipper, Pete, and Flounder right here. All right, here we go. Now we're going. Dad.
The Morning Extra from 6 to 10. Glenn back until noon. Clay and Buck from noon to 3. And the Kimmer Show on your ride home from 3 to 6. Plus Jesse Kelly from 6 to 9. And Jimmy Vela from 9 to midnight. The voices you need all day with the conservative voice of Atlanta. Extra 106.3 FM and the Extra app.
You know, I'm actually having fun going through the stuff I've got locked away in various places to put in my safe. And if you don't have an Atlanta Safe House safe yet, you're running out of time to make incredible savings with rebates from Browning. Atlanta's Safe House, their showroom's up in Acworth. They can show you all the models, stuff like that. Browning does this very once in a while, and Atlanta Safe House has got them all. Browning rebates, you'll save a bundle. And they've got gun safes and pistol safes. And don't forget that you don't pay any sales tax on gun safes. No sales tax on gun safes. Save even more. And again, for the rest of this month, you got a few days left for the Browning rebates. Don't miss out on this. I'll give you the website, atlantasafehouse.com. But the showroom's up there in Acworth. They've got almost 200 of them right there. They can change them on the inside to nooks and crannies for whatever you're looking for. They have gun safes and pistol safes and jewelry safes. And they have safes with barrel racks and bow and arrow stuff, jewelry drawers. They have rentals. They can fix your old safe. They can change your reset code. They really take care of business. And don't forget, no sales tax on gun safes. They have wall safes. They can build you a family storm shelter. They protect your rights like they protect your stuff. AtlantaSafeHouse.com.
Are you looking for something simple but delicious, sweet but also savory? Discover Schumann Farms Sweet Onions. Schumann Farms is a third-generation family farm with the Real Sweet brand sweet onions. Whether you're grilling, sautéing, or simply adding a fresh crunch to your salad, Schumann Farms has you covered. Look for Schumann Farms Real Sweet brand sweet onions at your grocery store and taste the difference for yourself. Schumann Farms, the Georgia family farm growing tradition and the world's sweetest onions.
My name is Patrick, and I'm the Military Outreach Manager at the Warrior Alliance. I served in the U.S. Army as an airborne ranger and deployed to several combat zones in support of the global war on terror. Veterans bring excellence through our work ethic, skills, and civic duty. However, transitioning to civilian life can be difficult, as we all share a loss of purpose when leaving the military. Returning veterans have earned and deserve our support so they can thrive on their journey home. The Warrior Alliance understands the challenge and is helping warriors navigate to success after service. Join us in changing thousands of lives for the better. Donate today at thewarrioralliance.org.
A company that has been trusted in Atlanta for over 25 years has already done their hometown homework, like having the very best people, fair, honest pricing, exceptional customer service, and a focus on high-quality work. That's us. Hi, I'm Dan Watkins, owner of All Four Seasons Garage, Entry Doors, and Windows. Sometimes new isn't better, like out-of-town home improvement companies invading Atlanta with their inflated pricing and subpar work. When trust matters, trust us. All the number 4 Seasons Garages.
Calling all contractors. This is Devin Stovall of Stovall & Company, and we're here for you. We're a third-generation, family-owned and operated company for 75 years and just opened our 11th location in Canton on 9500 Union Hill Road. We're proud to provide your wholesale irrigation, nursery, and landscape supply needs. How do you envision your dream outdoor space for you or your customers? We're here to fulfill them all. We all take pride in special requests and shipping right to your job site. Here at Stovall, we have it all. Check us out at StovallINC.com.
Millions of guys suffer from erectile dysfunction. That's 1 in 3 men. And I can tell you, I'm one of them.
If you or someone you know suffers from ED, Peyronie's disease, or PE, here's 38-year emergency room doctor and founder of Total Body Therapy of Georgia, Dr. Eric Deal.
Patients who enter my office are often frustrated, hopeless, depressed, and embarrassed. I understand the problem, and I'm going to help you fix it. We provide testosterone replacement therapy, the P-shot, and treatment for ED, PE, and Peyronie's disease. There's not just one therapy that can solve these complex issues. When you visit our clinic, you're going to see me. I'll do a complete history and physical prior to any treatment that we use. Take it from me, Dr. Deal. When it's not hard, it's really hard.
Call Dr. Deal for your free one-on-one evaluation and resolve your ED, Peyronie's, or PE issues. 404-777-1911. Total Body Therapy of Georgia. 404-777-1911. Online at tbtofga.com.
All right, look out now. There's the day in 1962. Elvis Presley, with his spaghetti arms and pasty white body and really tight trunks, shows up as Kid Galahad in the movies. Elvis the Boxer. And now sponsored by RBM of Atlanta, Holy Crap in Sports, and Pete Davis.
I'll overlook that blasphemy and continue with sports.
Yes.
Braves would like to forget last night's game. The Phillies will always remember it. After going ahead 3-0, the Braves then watched the Phils score something like 15 of the next runs and go on to win 19-4. The big news, Kyle Schwarber became just the 21st man in MLB history to hit 4 home runs in one game. And strangely, it's the third time it's happened this year. Schwarber had 9 RBIs. And here's how his record-tying dinger sounded.
1-2, belted high in the air, deep right field. It's a historic moment for Schwarber and the Phillies. His 4th home run of the game, and he's the 21st player in Major League history to tally 4 long balls in a single Major League game.
Wow. Ben Ingram on sister station 680 The Fan. Cal Quantrill's hopefully brief stint with the Braves may have ended with him allowing 9 earned runs on 9 hits, including 4 homers in just 3 1/3 innings. How bad was it? The only other Braves pitcher to ever do that was John Smoltz against the Reds, June 19th, 1994. The only other time that's happened.
Wow.
Manager Brian Snicker summed it up by saying about Cal, he had a tough time making pitches, and they hit everything he threw at them.
Yeah. Yes, he did.
And falls to 4-12. Hopefully he'll be moving on at some point. Austin Cox followed him and gave up 7 runs in 3 innings. In fact, the best pitcher for Atlanta was utility man Vidal Brujan, who pitched 1 1/3 innings and gave up just 1 run. Matt Olson, his 21st homer. Michael Harris II had 2 RBIs. Tonight, the 5-9 Bryce Elder against the 10-6 Ranger Suarez, a left-hander for Philly. And Ozzie Albies is batting cleanup tonight. Drake Baldwin is not starting. Braves now 16 games behind Philadelphia and 2 games behind the third-place Marlins in the East and 11 games out of the final National League wildcard spot. Both Austin Cox and Ranger Suero sent down to Gwinnett. The Braves have brought up John Brebbia, a right-hander, and righty Nathan Wiles. Georgia Tech begins their season tonight in Colorado. Listen to the game right here on Extra 106.3. Also tonight, Army hosting Tarleton State, Kennesaw State at Wake Forest, Western Michigan at Michigan State. They play football. And Auburn at Baylor.
Billy Joe Dupree was a tight end when I was at Michigan State for my graduate degree, mister. Thank you very much.
All right. Name me one other Michigan State football player.
I don't think I will, and I don't think I have to, and so there. What if I did? What if I actually remembered one? Leave me alone.
I guarantee you.
I don't know any Michigan State football players. Is that Joe Morning Joe in there, Flounder? We got the whole crew coming together.
Anyway, Georgia entertains Marshall between the hedges tomorrow afternoon. Georgia State at Ole Miss tomorrow night. The point spread for tomorrow's Texas-Ohio State showdown has been on the move all week. The Longhorns becoming a favorite at some sports books as of this morning. The Buckeyes opened as a 3-point favorite months ago, but sports books have been reporting a steady stream of money on the Horns throughout the summer, causing the line to move toward Tejas. The consensus line was a pick'em as of noon today, with ESPN Bet listing Texas as a 1.5-point favorite in Ohio State.
1.5-point favorite. Wow.
Yeah, we'll see. Arch Manning, we'll see.
Yeah.
Hurricanes linebacker Darius Hayes arrested this morning, charged with 3 counts of vehicular homicide related to a May 10th crash that killed 3 people. The 20-year-old Miami player was traveling at a high rate of speed and maneuvering aggressively through traffic before his Dodge Durango collided with a Kia Soul in Largo, Florida, killing all 3 occupants of the Kia, a 78-year-old with 2 children aged 10 and 4.
Oh, mercy.
Yeah. College football season is barely a week old. We have already got the dumbest tweet of the year. On3 sports writer Brett McMurphy last night tweeted, "So much for Tampa's dreaded heat and humidity hurting Boise State versus USF. Broncos sideline should be in the shade by mid-second quarter. Boise up 7-0 at end of 1 quarter." South Florida went on to score 34 unanswered points to win 34-7. As one fan pointed out, every team can handle the heat and humidity of Florida for 1 quarter.
Wasn't it an upset that the other team was ranked and South Florida was not?
Yeah, Boise State was 25. South Florida was not.
Unbelievable.
In a sign of deep respect, Fox Sports will air Lee Corso's final headgear selection on Big Noon Kickoff tomorrow, even though Corso will do it on his own network, ESPN. Some classy stuff.
Well, that is nice. That is good. I'm glad to see that.
Do you think he'll go with the Buckeye, because he usually does, or with the Longhorn?
I think he's a Midwest guy, a Big Ten guy. I'll probably go Buckeye.
I think Ohio State.
Yeah, I think so.
Yeah,
I'll bet.
Former Indiana coach.
Yeah.
NFL news: Dolphins outside linebackers coach Ryan Crow arrested early this morning in Fort Lauderdale on a domestic battery charge. Crow placed on administrative leave. Now I'm thinking about it. Was Corso Illinois or was it Indiana?
Illinois.
I know he's in Louisville.
Well, I shouldn't say.
That's the same thing, isn't it?
Same thing.
Let's
well, really, it's right there.
I mean, they're saying at one point.
You can't tell when you're driving. You can't tell whether you're Illinois or Indiana. It's the same crime. God.
It's all flat. By the way, Dan Gartland on SI.com has a nice story about Savannah's Grayson Stadium, 100-year-old home with the Savannah Bananas and a repository of baseball history. Saw the likes of Babe Ruth, Mickey Mantle, Hank Aaron, John Smoltz, among others, playing there. And it's a pretty good read on SI.com. Check it out there. Have you ever been to Grayson Stadium?
I have not. No, I haven't. I'll bet it. I love old ballparks.
Because I was there in the 80s and 90s before they, put it back together again and rehabbed it a little bit.
Well, I grew up in a minor league town. Love those old ballparks. I just love
Just if you go, take the bug spray with you. The no-see-ums are all over the place.
Yeah.
Another controversy at the U.S. Open tennis tourney. At least this time it's not about race. Kamil Mychuk tried to hand his cap to a young boy in the stands when suddenly a grown-ass man grabbed it out of the boy's hands, then stuffed it into a bag being held by a woman. Both the man and woman smiling like they'd just done the coolest thing they'd ever done. So Kamil went on social media to find the boy, and he has. Well, folks found that kid. Now people are intently trying to find the identity of the D-bag who stole the cap.
That's who I want to find.
Social media, do your job.
Yeah.
Good hunting.
Absolutely. I mean, how it's not just rude and unseemly. It's vicious. That
your
kid,
mama raised you wrong, right?
That kid would be a bucket list. That kid would never ever forget, and he'd have that thing for the rest of his life and put it in his freaking will.
And a grown man's just trying to sell it for money, probably.
Just
as someone pointed out, I hope that guy owns his own business because he's about to be fired.
Yeah, I hope.
We'll see.
Somebody allowed him. Yeah.
At last, our long national boredom is over.
Oh, good.
Doris Burke is out at ESPN's #1 NBA analyst after years of putting television audiences to sleep by turning what's supposed to be entertaining and exciting athletic basketball affair into the equivalent of a professorial lecture on 19th century textile advancements of Victorian England. The woman sucked. She knows her stuff, but she was boring.
Not good,
Scott tweets, congrats to Taylor Swift and Travis Kelce for their engagement. 702 days after going public with their relationship. Well, that's a long courtship. But that's still 1,394 days shy of the 2,096 days that Ohio State fans have gone without seeing their football team beat Michigan.
Hello. Ow.
Shots
mercy.
fired.
Goodness.
1 out of 12. See the man. Today in sports history, August 29, 1951. Let me take you there. The Yankees send rookie pitcher Lou Burdett and 50,000 smackers to the Braves for 33-year-old right-hander Johnny Sane. The trade will come back to haunt the Bronx Bombers when the right-hander throws 3 complete game victories in the 1957 World Series won by the Milwaukee Braves in 7 games. In 2010, the umpires take only 86 seconds to overturn a call after initially ruling Brian McCann's drive a double. making it the first time in baseball history a game ends with a walk-off home run thanks to a video review of the play. The backstop's ninth inning round tripper bounced off the top of the outfield wall and struck a second barrier, gave the Braves a 7-6 comeback win over Florida.
I'll be darned. Very cool.
There's sports.
Oh, no, we have so much more.
Oh, wait a minute. One more thing.
Yeah.
The FBI has released additional documents linked to Pete Rose and the bookie he was dealing with back in the day.
Here we go. Now, did he ever say that didn't he always deny he never bet on his own team? I think he said, isn't that correct? He claimed. So this may be the
or if he did, it was just to win.
It was to win.
I can't remember.
Yeah. Well, I hope this is not a thing. Well, we'll see. And speaking of the Yankees and baseball, Pete Davis, 1925. After a night on the town, in 1925 on this day, Babe Ruth shows up late for batting practice, and Miller Huggins suspends Babe Ruth and imposes a fine of $5,000. In 1925. And Pete's holding up a Babe Ruth baseball right now. Also, on this day in 1985, New York Yankee Don Baylor is hit by a pitch for a record 190th time. Hit by a pitch. Don Baylor. 1987, Houston Astros pitcher Nolan Ryan surpasses the 200 strikeout barrier for a record 11th time. That's hard to believe. And one more, the local thing here, Pete. 1992, Braves' Charlie Leibrandt records his 1,000th strikeout in 1992. He decides to keep the ball by rolling it to the dugout, and when he did, Ricky Jordan stole second base, and they called Charlie Leibrandt for an error for rolling the ball into the dugout. It's like, I just took second.
Poor Charlie. What a great pitcher, great career,
what a great guy.
One pitch in 1991.
Yeah, I know. That was it's what a shame. Charlie
shouldn't have been out there against Kirby Puckett. Puckett owned him.
Well, and that rubber fence in the outfield and all that. Oh man, what a time that
Turning
was.
the air conditioner on. Herbeck pushing Ron Ganoff first.
Yeah. In fact, I remember one of the signs when he showed up here in town. Somebody had a sign in the stands that said, "Buy another vowel, Herbeck," or something like that.
The Twins actually had a bobblehead doll showing him pushing Ganoff first base.
Really? Yeah, and I remember that. That was the thing. When you do it playfully to goof around, that's one thing. But when you're,
in a World Series?
Yeah, please, that was just stupid. All right, 5:30, Kimmer, Pete, and Flounder. And, a birthday, Pete Davis. Noah Syndergaard is 33 today. Is he still pitching for the Mets? I don't know.
Mets. I forget where he is right now.
Noah Syndergaard, that big blonde Viking guy. 33 years old. Anyway, Kimmer, Pete, and Flounder, 5:30. How you doing? Let her rip Friday. Vacation. Da-da-da.
Get connected to Extra 106.3 on all your favorite apps. Then download ours and stream the station across Georgia. We're live online at extra1063.com. Stream live video from the studios on YouTube. And of course, Kimmer, Boortz, and your favorite Extra shows in crystal clear digital on the Extra 106.3 app.
Compact outside, the all-electric EQB 250 Plus SUV is big on space, style, and smart ideas. With available seating for 7, a digital voice assistant, and MB navigation with electric intelligence, the EQB is born from a forward-thinking family and built for yours. Get an exceptional offer on the all-electric 2025 EQB 250 Plus SUV. Just $299 per month for 36 months with $48.93 due at signing. Exclusively from RBM of Atlanta in Sandy Springs. Contact RBM of Atlanta for details and see how to qualify. Special lease rate available only to qualified customers exclusively from Mercedes-Benz Financial Service through RBM of Atlanta, Sandy Springs through July 31st, 2025. Excludes tax, tag, title, and Georgia Lemon Law fees. Contact RBM of Atlanta for details on this and other exciting offers. Visit us at rbmofatlanta.com or call us at 770-390-0700 for details.
Advisory services offered through Master Plan Retirement Consultants, Inc., a registered investment advisory in the state of Georgia. Insurance, tax, and commodity services offered through Fricks & Associates, Inc., DBA Master Plan Retirement Consultants. The aforementioned are affiliated companies.
Retirement means different things to different people. Some folks want to travel the world. Some folks want to spend more time with grandkids. For me, I'm looking forward to spending more time with my guitar. Whether extravagant and robust or simple and cozy, every retirement needs a plan. You wouldn't take a trip without directions. You have to know where you are before you know where you're going. Master Plan Retirement Consultants have helped many like you plan for their own retirement. Not only does Master Plan help you create the roadmap, they join you on the journey. So whether you want to travel the world, become a pickleball champ, or just looking for a good porch, a sturdy rocking chair, and an acoustic guitar, remember to plan well because the destination is worth it. Visit masterplanretire.com to schedule your complimentary consultation today.
Hey, it's Los. We're here with Tom Mitchell, the honest car guy. Tom, I've learned a lot about this car buying process from you. Is that typical of most of the clients you've worked with?
Yeah, I'm finding out it's even more typical. I mean, people are learning more and more, and maybe it's because I overload them with information because I want to be able to sleep at night. I want to make sure you know everything.
Do I have to have a particular make and model in mind when I call you, or is it just open to anything I want?
It's open. I can get any make, any year, any model.
I might be looking to trade in my vehicle. Can you accommodate that as the honest car guy?
For sure. I mean, we love it when people want to trade in cars because honestly, it's best for you to trade in a car. Why? Because you get a tax savings.
Friends, if you're in the market for a pre-owned car, truck, or SUV, get an honest car buy from the honest car guy. You pay what we pay, plus an honest fee, and we back that up by giving you the bill of sale. That's our transparency guarantee. Call 844-SHOW-ME-1. That's 844-SHOW-ME, the number 1, or visit honestcarguy.com.
From the latest breaking news to the conservative voices you know and trust, your best new follow on social media is Extra 1063. We're at XTRA 1063 on Twitter, Facebook, TikTok, Threads, and LinkedIn, and pretty much any social media you scroll through every day. And we drop exclusive giveaways, new daily content, and the latest breaking news from Georgia and across this great nation. Interact with your favorite Extra personalities. Get the latest on our live events and so much more. Follow at Extra 1063 across all your social media and keep up with Atlanta's only conservative voice.
Da 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 dum da bum 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 bum. La Bamba baby. This is Los Lobos version. You may know another one. 1987. Los Lobos started a 3-week run at number 1 on the American singles chart with La Bamba, also number 1 in Britain, taken from the film about the life of Richie Valens. 1987, Los Lobos. Speaking of Los Lobos, speaking of singers, Liam Payne from One Direction is 31 years old today. And on this day in history, I got this history. In the next break, I've got another history of horrible, awful ways they used to deal with crime and punishment or just plain greed back in the old days. This is on this day in 1533. Having been ambushed and imprisoned by the Spanish conquistador Francisco Pizarro, the last Inca emperor, Atahualpa, paid literally a king's ransom to free himself. He had an entire room filled floor to ceiling, every inch filled with gold. A lot of good it did him. Conquistador Pizarro took the gold, said appreciate it, and had him executed on this day in 1533. So it was just, anyway, Inca gold treasure, the last Inca emperor met his fate. Kimber Pete and Flounder, 536. Speaking of meeting your fate, a couple of quick newsy things here. A second criminal referral case filed against Lisa Cook. The Federal Reserve Board governor Donald Trump wants to fire, and they're saying now she's done 2 or 3 different things, including listing her property in Atlanta as her personal residence and then renting it out. She's done this 2 or 3 times now, apparently. She had mortgages for a condo in Cambridge, Mass. She has one like 3 different places, and they've caught her, so they're saying, you're out. And she says, I don't think so. I work for the government. Anyway, so they're working on that one. Also, RFK's junior deputy expected to replace the ousted CDC director here in Atlanta, Susan Monterez. And again, hundreds of them fled in a protest yesterday, apparently, earlier this week. week because of changes at the CDC. And one of the guys who quit as a result because they weren't aligned with the president's agenda of making America healthy again, one of the guys named Daskalakis, a former national monkeypox response coordinator, called the change in the COVID recommendations for children and pregnant people. The firing of the scientists, Yeah, he referred to pregnant people. These people still will not use the word woman or girl or female even. A pregnant woman, a pregnant mother, no, a pregnant human, a pregnant person. I mean, that's why you can't work there anymore. Please, I mean, you're not in tune with reality. You're working for the, okay, CDC is pretty important dealing with things like diseases.
Science.
Yeah, I mean chemistry, stuff like, looking
biology.
in microscopes, little things working, squiggly things under the, stuff like that.
They're delusional.
Jeez. How can you just not get with the program? You're a scientist.
Well, how about the guy in charge of vaccines who was posing with a satanic pentagram BDSM leather outfit on his chest? This is a guy in charge of vaccines for children. A Satanist. Allegedly.
Unbelievable. By the way, I got one horrible story, but I want to point out not what happened to the baby, but what happened as a result of finally a judge is standing up for something. There's a story out of Utah. A hospital was blasted for what happened to a couple and their 5-year-old daughter. They've been awarded $950 million, just under $1 billion, by a judge in Utah. Their healthcare system used nurses for the woman about to have a baby. The nurses assigned to her care at the medical center were so green and new they had barely finished training. They apparently gave her too much of the medicine to get her ready to have a C-section and to urge the pregnancy on, and terrible things happen, and the kid's going to need everything for the rest of her life and stuff like that. The judge gave the family nearly $1 billion and said they would have been better off delivering this. This is the judge. The mother would have been better off delivering this baby at the bathroom of a gas station or in a hut somewhere in Africa than in this hospital, the judge said. Literally, this was the most dangerous place on the planet for her to have given birth. That baby was to be the person she deserved to be, is trapped inside a brain-damaged child. I can't think of anything more profound, total or complete, than that loss, unquote, the judge. $1 billion to the family. Holy, I mean, at least, good going, Judge. At least you pointed out and did something. 540. Okay, a couple more bizarre things, including a restaurant owner. And this is one, if you guys, you were going on plans. I found you don't know if you're going anywhere. Oh, I'm sorry. You're working with our new team about the transition here. I'm sorry. I didn't mean to bother you. Is that our old morning show, Joe? I thought I saw him earlier.
No, this is David.
Hello, David. I'm sorry.
He's bored. He's assisted before.
Excellent. It's kind of dark. I couldn't.
Let's focus on the other side of the room.
Okay, I'm sorry. Oh, here I just want to have everybody involved here.
Man behind the curtain.
Don't yell at the Kimmer. I'm trying to make us all family here. I want to say hi to the people. This is important in radio family. Here's a restaurant owner. If you're going out to eat these days, and who doesn't during holiday time like this, here's a couple of tips. This restaurant owner says there are menu items you should never order when you're dining out. If you're dining at a chain restaurant or a posh place, the first thing on the list of not to do, specials. Specials that are not tied to a clear seasonal ingredient, specifically. It sounds harmless, he says, but in the trade, that often means specials is the stuff we need to get rid of on this shift. The sauce masks the age, the garnish distracts you. By the time you're finished, you're basically paying top dollar for yesterday's leftovers. So think about the specials and whether, if it's an oyster restaurant and their special is the oyster so-and-so, well, that's fine. But if it's it's a steakhouse and they have a special on oysters, then maybe they're just trying to get rid of them. That's what he's saying. Number 2, ordering fish at a seafood restaurant that's nowhere near the coast. especially shellfish. Unless you know they get daily deliveries and spotless storage, you're gambling with your gut. And it turns out the fancy seafood platter is a food poisoning time bomb. And number 3, avoid those buffets. Chicken dishes and buffets and all you can eat are supposedly the perfect breeding ground for bacteria. If the temperatures aren't bang on, trust me, high volume. And he says, believe me, they don't check every tray like they should. You won't see it, but you'll feel it 12 hours later. And also, he said, beware of the ice machine. In busy spots, they never clean it. You're signing on a sipping on a chilled Petri dish. Anyway, oh, mercy. Oh, and one more thing, kind of a tip thing here, is since we're going into Labor Day means, labor job stuff like that. What did you say? I'm sorry, I missed that.
Just the tip.
There you go. Well, I'm a big tipper. I never go out anymore, too bad, because I'm a stupid tipper. I'm a way big tipper. I'm a stupid tipper, because I don't go out that much. So what I do, and if I'm with a girl, I always try to show off and give a big tip. Oh, yeah. I do. I can't help it. Not that it means anything or anything, but...
Or does anything?
Well, no, actually, I think it lets a woman know. I mean, if you're not acting like an idiot. But my daughter, was a waitress for many years,
right.
and I would, and frankly, I think if you're a woman and you were at a restaurant, and I always say, did you have a great time? How was your meal? Make sure she had a good time, and so forth. And so she'll know that I gave a big tip because I like to be generous and I like to, help other people, and just I think it's a positive thing. I think it shows that you're, part of the happiness.
When my dad goes to a restaurant, and even before my mom passed, he would go and talk to a stranger who was sitting at a booth alone and tell him a joke or something like that. He would just always go and talk.
Really?
Even with the waiters, he'd sit there and bust their chops.
Cool.
And
yeah, cool. We can have a fun time at places like that. By the way, here's some tips on a job interview. Speaking of Labor Day, this is a best-selling author and CEO, Susie Welch. You may know that name, a best-selling Times author and so forth. She says there are 3 things that are kiss of death answers to questions asked by a hiring manager. You're doomed. For one thing, if he asks you a question about your future and so forth, if you say, I want to start my own business someday, to a recruiter, it sounds like you're planning your exit before you walk through the door. At most companies, executives want hires to make financial sense about 3 years. If you signal your plan is to leave and launch your own thing, they don't want to take that bet. Another, keep to yourself, admitting you value work-life balance. If you say that to a top priority, you're instantly disqualifying in the eyes of many hiring managers. They want to know that you're motivated, that you want to win, your goals align with theirs, not that you're worried about your value work-off-work style. And thing, also, never say you were let go as part of your company's recent layoffs. And for good reason. Seasoned executives know that in many layoffs, companies pluck out the top performers and keep them by reassigning them somewhere else. So they wonder, how come you didn't get reassigned? You're obviously not valuable. So you need to explain your situation, saying, for example, I know what you're thinking. It was because they were getting out of a certain line in the business and didn't have that opportunity anymore. And so that's what it does. Anyway, just some tips. Oh, also, one more trick. Sometimes the recruiters will have a jug of water and a cup in front of the interviewer to see what they do. One guy said, I was the only person that was at a table of people being interviewed. I was the only person who drank the water at a normal pace. It is seen as being confident in the workplace by accepting a gift or offer. If people are afraid to take it, then it shows they're kind of nervous or whatever. Anyway, just looking for a job. Thank God no one ever is going to hire me again. Here we go. 5:45, Kimmer Payne Flounders, Friday, and it's all coming apart right here. No, it's all good. It's all good right now, yeah.
When you buy a Subaru from Subaru of Gwinnett, you're buying more than a vehicle. You're buying safety for your family and something that will last a long, long time. In other words, you're buying trust. For a limited time, you can celebrate amazing offers on the all-new Forester, Crosstrek, or Outback during the Subaru A Lot to Love event, now through September 2nd. And you'll love more than just your new Subaru. You'll love the dedicated staff at Subaru of Gwinnett. With some of the best service specials in the area and a team you know you can trust, you'll ride with peace of mind knowing that Subaru of Gwinnett has your back. During the Subaru A Lot to Love event, you'll find the Subaru model you've always dreamed about at a price that makes that dream come true. But you need to get in by September 2nd to take advantage. We'll make it easy. Just start with the test drive, and before you know it, you'll be in the Subaru you love. Start your shopping online at SubaruofGwinnett.com, then stop by on Satellite Boulevard in Duluth. SubaruofGwinnett.com.
Hey, Atlanta's Mark from the Safe House. I have a question for you. Am I the only person pissed off with the mainstream fake news, liberal judges,
and whiny liberal politicians
who don't realize why Donald Trump is president, and fake safes? And you may wonder, why fake safes? Well, a fake safe is like Joe Biden, cheap and ineffective. A real safe from Atlanta Safe House is like Donald Trump, tough, effective, and provides peace of mind when you need it the most. So drop by Atlanta Safe House and check out the largest selection of safes in the Southeast and see what a real safe looks like. So go to AtlantaSafeHouse.com.
The right partner makes all the difference. For more than 185 years, we've forged personal relationships with our customers and communities, funding economic development and rallying around the causes that are important to our neighbors. With the technology, products, and expertise you'd expect from a big bank and the local decision-making and commitment to community from your neighborhood bank, United Bankshares is your trusted financial partner for life. Learn more at bankwithunited.com. United Bankshares, member FDIC.
Hey, this is Matt from East Cobb. We basically bought our house from our in-laws. It was my wife's childhood home. One of the issues that we've had when we first moved in was our dog in our backyard. It was extremely shaded, could never grow grass back there. We resodded it twice. So ATL Turf Co. did an amazing job with our backyard transformation. They basically created a miniature golf hole. We have a miniature fairway. We also have a miniature little putting green. Consists of about 4 holes, total about 40 yards, so you can definitely work on your short game and your putting. After that transformation that ATL Turf Co. did for us, my father-in-law came and saw his house the way it looked after the fact of we had a putting green and a miniature golf course. Sure enough, he did the same thing with ATL Turf Co. He has a beautiful backyard, wonderful stonework, drainage, and a beautiful practice area for chipping and putting. Check him out online at atlturfco.com.
The Georgia Tech Yellow Jackets kick off the 2025 season back on the flats Saturday, September 6th versus Gardner-Webb at 3:30 p.m. presented by Emory.
Into the end zone! Touchdown, Jackets!
Enjoy the free pregame concert and festivities starting 4 hours before kickoff at a hell of a block party driven by Hyundai in the heart of Midtown Atlanta on North Avenue. Tickets start at just $33. Get your game tickets and more information at ramblinrack.com. Sting 'em.
Why choose a Sleep Number smart bed?
Can I make my site softer?
Can I make my site firmer?
Can we sleep cooler?
Sleep Number does that. Cools up to 8 times faster and lets you choose your ideal comfort on either side. Your Sleep Number setting. It's the Sleep Number biggest sale of the year. All beds on sale up to 50% off the limited edition smart bed. Plus free premium delivery with any smart bed and adjustable base. Ends Labor Day. All Sleep Number smart beds offer temperature solutions for your best sleep. Check it out at a Sleep Number store or sleepnumber.com today.
Dun, 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 dun. Look out. It's Roy Orbison. There we go. And the movie, Richard Gere, Julia Roberts. 1984. Wait a minute now. Hold on. 1964. I got to get to the doctor. 1964. Oh, Pretty Woman, released in America, went to number 1 4 weeks later. The song title was inspired by Orbison's wife, Claudette, interrupting a conversation to announce she was going out. When Orbison asked if she was okay for cash, his co-writer, Bill Dees, interjected, "A pretty woman never needs any money." Which is kind of kinky, actually. Anyway, Roy Orbison, that's where he got the title for that song. Birthdays include, well, I don't really care about anything there. And I got a weird thing in history for you here today. This is way they used to do things in the old days. Capital punishment was not appreciated by Empress Elizabeth of Russia in 1743, but there was a woman known as Natalie who was described as the brightest flower of the St. Petersburg court. all the women. All the other women were jealous, including the Empress, who resented the very idea of any woman shining brighter than she. And the woman made a grave mistake of snubbing the Empress Elizabeth while she was out of favor during a prior reign. And so the Empress said, well, we'll take care of that. But she didn't believe in capital punishment. So instead, she found the temptress guilty and spared her rival the ghastly fate of traitors, a slow execution. Instead, she stripped the woman naked in a public spectacle, lashed until her skin was shredded, and then as the crowd roared, they ripped her tongue clean out of her mouth. Who will take the tongue? And they put it at auction for 1 shilling. Oh, Lord. Can you imagine? I mean, this was common stuff like this to the public, and they loved it. Yay. Oh mercy.
James.
Anyway, give her people. And by the way, if I go back to the parking garage today, and if that car is still running with the lights on and there's nobody in it, I'm going to be very upset. If there's a guy, then I'm going in. I mentioned when I first got here today, there was a car running in the parking lot with the lights on and nobody in it that I could see. But I didn't go over to see if maybe someone slumped over in the back. I thought maybe he was having sex with his girlfriend because he's going on vacation in the park. I don't know. Who knew? But I'm hoping to God he's okay. If there was a thing that I didn't lead, or some guy having a heart attack and he was in the back gasping for breath. Anyway, well, I'm sure hoping. Anyway. All right, boys, Kim Rapine Flounder and Mrs. Flounder, Veronica, have a great weekend, long extended weekend. We'll see you guys on Tuesday. Pete Davis and yours in the mountains of Macon. Have a great 4 days or 3 days, whatever. And hoorah, Semper Fi, Christine, see me home, baby. I gotta go. You're killing me. Georgia Tech coming in. Look out. Herp and Herp. Stand by.